Okay, we have a green box, we have a live counter, going to assume that means we are live, and very soon will be. And that
Yep.
means welcome back to the Storytime Network. It is the return of D&D. It has been a while since we've done D&D.
Yep.
Not my choice. It's fine. It's actually, honestly, I was seriously considering making this like a point where we have a break anyway. You guys just gave me the excuse to have one.
Well, without further ado, Kaido, take it away. Remind us where the fuck we are.
So last where we left off with our 4 heroes who've now hit level 7. You 4 were on the way to Black Rain. Well, not Black Rain, well, more specifically the Ebony Imperium of Black Rain. After eventually being able to charter a boat, as basically everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Not by choice.
Yeah, we didn't
Uh,
really have much of a say in that.
you guys were so lucky, as the wind was so good on your side, it actually caused problems. As you were, well, I was going to say raided by Sahagin, but that would imply that the Sahagin were successful in any capacity, which they weren't.
Oh, that's right,
As
that did happen.
yes, as Rua jumped off and used a Steelwind Strike to murder all of the Sahagin, to which you then pulled him back out of the ocean. And yet, you ended up crashing into the shores of the Imperium. However, with no time to spare, you quickly made haste, as you were then stymied at the entrance to the Imperium, the Grand Palace, Castle, Citadel, whatever you would like to refer it as. The strategy that was eventually employed was that Rua and Daeron were going to be pretended to be captured, while Felix, I believe, well, not Felix. Was it Felix Aldane and Dylan?
Yes.
Felix Aldane and Seamus pretended to then be guards, with some very clever out-of-the-box strategies, such as making one of them believe he was going blind, while Felix then led another one into an alleyway so he could take his clothes off. And then you eventually made it in after multiple times where different guards were taking turns to abuse Rua, who wasn't having any of it.
Oh, and Aldane
you-
gave us away near immediately.
Yeah, Aldane immediately gave you guys away as he kept referring to the leader as everything but the name that, you don't call the leader boss. That implies that there's something like a boss and not something more than just that. That's kind of the whole idea. That's why they referred to him with, capital H.
How do you even say that in your speech patterns?
Letting you, I don't know. Letting you clearly know his pronouns, so there is nothing to be confused with. And yeah, you made your way through, slowly and cautiously, as you found out some very interesting information regarding some projects that had been allowed, such as Project 12, 5, 1, 22, and 5, which was later revealed to be Project Leave. And
As in Project Get the Hell Out of There?
Yes, which you did actually use, but we'll get to that later. Alongside Project 5, 12, 9, 24, 9, and 18, which was found out to be Project Elixir. I won't go over the specific details of the things because that will take a long time. However, you did continue through as you found your way to what you can assume was on the other side the chamber to the heart of the Dracolich. However, before you could really make your way through, you actually met the man himself. The Emperor, as it were, of Black Rain, who had a nice, friendly chat with you, was very willing to be very forthright of information, and only in exchange did he give you the very, very generous, definitely not would come back to bite you, offering, the trade offer, as it were, like the meme, where you do what he does and he doesn't murder you all.
I forget, did we get a name?
No, he specifically didn't introduce himself.
How rude.
Yeah, that,
I mean, to be fair, you're in his home. Common courtesy would be that you already know the host.
yeah, but we weren't being courteous.
I mean, no one was on either side, as he wanted to attack Rua, as he demanded that Aldane give over the outrage weapon. However, in the end, after the party quite kindly and selflessly put themselves in the way of the leader, you then elected to activate Project Leave and, leave. Thank God you got the roles that you did, because one was for height, one was for the country, and one was for direction.
As much as it would have ended horribly, part of me wishes we had just teleported to like 10 feet behind the guy.
I was going to say, it's entirely possible you could have actually ended up 2 floors below yourselves. or on the roof of the Imperium. That would have been fun.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, you found yourselves in Beau Vetement, inside the, the meditation cave of a very familiar elf that Felix had only just recently played Mahjong with. A Xylosiant, who quickly revealed himself to be Oryx Ayaniyama, the infamous criminal from Siltanok, with a 2 million gold bounty on his head. And yes, and with that, so as we get back in, he's basically leading you through. So as you come out of the cave and actually see what it looks like a sort of upside down cone shape, with like the top of it cut off to let sunlight through. And you actually see immediately his home, and it's this very beautifully designed, like, European mansion of sorts. Currently, as you look outside, the weather is very bright, very sunny, very lovely to look at. He begins to lead you through his gardens. As he leads you through, the path that you're walking on is actually of, what's it called? Beautifully paved and, like, carved stone. Some of the panels actually look like they are in various shapes. It's quite clear that, like, he spent a lot of money making this place as beautiful as it can be. To the sides, as you sort of, like, look around, you see hedges that have been, like, cut into shapes as well. And yeah, it's just, clearly he has a lot of money and he's willing to spend it. And as you're walking, Oryx actually does look to you guys and he just says, I'll lead you to my meeting room, and in the time while you, de-stress or whatever it is you want to do, I really don't care, I will inform the holders of the brain of, what you're looking for. So they can make their way here. How does that sound?
That's fine with me.
Sounds good to me.
Good, because
Okie
there wasn't really a choice in the matter, but at least you're on board with it.
We're kind of
Let's
at your
say.
mercy, if I'm honest. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a friend of Rua and his family, and I know Akrua. I know lots of people, in fact. Hey, I mean, I'm friends with Felix, aren't I?
Yes, actually, yes.
Ooh.
We had quite the time playing mahjong.
It's a good thing I didn't try.
point is, we're at your whims, so to speak. You have us at the advantage. This is your home, and you have more understanding of the situation at large than we do.
Yes. I'm being very magnanimous. I mean, to be fair, I don't want to die. I don't want to lose my home. Those are at least
All
two things
valid.
that I think many people can get behind.
All very valid,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and we will endeavor to make sure that that does not happen.
Yes, definitely. And he begins to lead you inside his home. From the door that you're coming to, it looks like sort of the side of the mansion. And as he leads you in, it's just like, damn. Uh, you know, the Ebony Imperium was very nice. This isn't the same kind of lavishness. Like, to give you an idea, the Ebony Imperium, like the actual castle, felt like someone who is showing off way too much, but has the money to do so. This
Nouveau
feels a
rich
lot.
versus old rich.
This feels a lot
Mhm.
more tasteful.
Yeah, nouveau rich versus old rich.
Mm. Um, and yeah, he just begins to lead you through. Beautiful, like it's beautiful forest green rug that beneath it has these like checkered floor pieces. It's hard to really tell exactly what material they're made from, unless you wanted to make a roll, investigation. It would be, but
I'm from here. Okay.
Well, quite an auspicious
the
first roll back.
Well then, we're
So-
off to a good start.
the black markings are made of obsidian, in fact. And if you actually look more closely at the white, it's actually made from quartz.
Hmm.
So you don't have to worry about him having actually got an ivory, for example, from an elephant or any other tusked creature. Although, to be fair, it would make sense there on, because, like, poached animal parts are actually, like, a lot of the time, just outright rejected.
This is quite
Just
a
because,
beautiful
like,
home you have.
Yes, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I've spent quite a bit of money. I mean, I
So-
would spend more if I could, but then I'd be causing a bit too much attention to myself.
Yeah, but as someone who grew up in this neck of the woods, it's quite beautiful here.
Yes, indeed. I'm glad you appreciate it. Still not staying here, though. I'm still sending you somewhere else to stay.
Oh,
Not
for
to be
sure.
rude, but again, I'd like people staying at my house if I can help it.
You know, speaking of Dairon, is it okay for you to be in Beau Vetement?
Oh no, not at all. But we'll figure that out as we go along.
Fair enough. Just
Rua
wanted to be aware.
just looks and just says, I mean, he is allowed. Well, they're allowed, because, we're looking for the Dracolich pieces.
So we
And
have
and if the Queen does get in our way, she'd then have to deal with, our friends Torrent, Drick, Hayato, even Akrua, because, he does like you guys, and I
for some
also
damn
don't
reason.
think I also don't think my grandfather wants to see the world being ruined. Who would have guessed?
Fair enough.
Point-
I'm
Point
more
is that-
worried about Throne and the other.
I mean, if they're gonna do something, just gestures to Oryx. You should see how this man fights. Well, it isn't really. And Oryx just waves a hand and just says, "No, Rua makes a good point. It's hard to compare. It's hard to call meteor swarms more than once a fight. And or it needs leads you through. As you're walking along, you see various things in like encased glass cabinets. Some of which look to be like pieces of like various creatures. Like you actually see what looks like the hide of a gold dragon in one cabinet. In another one, you just see like various claws arranged in order of size from left to right. With the tiniest one, it's hard to even tell there's even something there if it wasn't for the magnifying glass that's attached to it to show off. It's just almost like he's sort of showing off that, yes, I am this strong. And as he continues, he leads you into a room that has double doors. And as he opens them up, he pushes it open, and with a somewhat loud creak, he leads you in, allowing you to go in first.
Sus.
Tyron just walks in.
Aldan follows.
Felix follows.
Seamus follows.
So as he leads you in, you see two. Immediately, the first thing you see is the rug. It's a sort of what's the way to describe it? It's got like a fleur-de-lis in the middle of it, a beautifully golden one that looks like it has lines, like as part of the design inside of it. To one side of the rug is a beautifully carved wooden desk, quite large, in fact. If Zarus, it looks like, was to lay down on his stomach, it looks bigger than that. Like, it's easily over 2 meters in width.
Damn.
And at the chair is this beautifully looking, like, leather chair, a white leather chair, in fact. And it looks like a You've seen it a couple of times in some like very expensive places. Sora has one in his office. Looks like a chair that sort of swivels. And on the other side of the rug is 2 beautifully looking striped couches, vertically striped with blue and then this sort of like burnt reddish colour, with then bits of white in between the stripes. And he just gestures for you to sit down the couches. The sides for the couches are about like, they could fit 2 of you each. So who wants to sit next to each other?
I'll sit next to Rua, I guess.
I think Aldane should probably get a sofa to himself, given the armor.
Yeah,
Also
probably.
next to Felix.
Oh yes, actually, give me a second. As Oryx just claps his hands, and you hear the sound of footsteps, and you see a closet door open in the office, and you just see as a folding chair seems to come out floating and gets laid out for Aldane to sit at.
Invisible
Oh,
servants.
Unseen servants specifically, but yes. I mean, I am a spellcaster after all.
Very
That you
cool.
are.
And so, as you sit down, you just watch as Oryx takes a moment to sit in his chair and just cracks his neck for a second. You don't hear a noise, but it looks like he's making the effort to do so, and then just leans forward in the desk. So then, he pauses for a moment and just then adds, "So, how many pieces have you collected so far?
Just two.
And from which places?
Cordis and Kolodniapol.
Mm-hmm. Isolation from Cordis, Outrage from Kolodniapol.
Oh, those are the names of the weapons. How extravagant.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like this Dracolich has a flair for the dramatic, although just gestures to his own, like around. I can't really say anything now, can I?
Having
I
met
know.
him now, yes, he does have a flair for the dramatic.
I mean, that's
You met his
dragons
brother.
for you. If a dragon is out in the public, or at least, has a home that's visible, then, of course we're going to flex our horde a little bit. Still, it's good to know that you're alive. From what I've been hearing from correspondences with some of my contacts, it seems to me that you guys have been doing very good work, even outside of the Dracolich. Such as Turim's Tower and that mess.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
that was tough.
I'm actually good friends with Turim. In fact, I taught them some of what they know. But, yes. I will say, the group that has the other piece of the Dracolich that's currently been claimed, not Black Rains, I mean the one here in this country, they are a bit of an eclectic group, so do pay them no mind if they are a bit bothersome to you, I guess.
Have you seen us?
You're not particularly eclectic. Half elf, full elf, Genasi.
Yeah,
I
we're
meant
pretty basic,
personality-wise.
honestly.
I'm not trying to say it as a disparaging comment, it's just, it's hard to get more eclectic than a changeling, a one-armed tiefling, well, formerly one-armed, a one-armed shifter, a triton, a kuotoa, and a warforged.
Damn, they got a
that
war
is
forged?
Yeah, he's a bit dull though.
Well,
Do
they're not exactly known for their personalities all the time.
Does Dairon respond to the one-armed shifter?
I mean, there's not many shifters that you know of. And there's also even less one-armed shifters that you know.
So
Very
Dairon
likely
knows it.
that one. Yeah.
It would be
Oh
weird
boy.
if there were more one-armed shifters than two-armed shifters.
In
Mm-hmm.
fact, you can all roll a nature check if you want on shifters.
Sure.
Can I just roll an intelligence check to see if I remember them?
I mean, nature is intelligence.
Oh, not bad.
Is Felix the only one who's proficient then? Yeah.
Yep.
So, Dayron, you aren't very familiar. You only know the one shifter, and you never really saw them doing their shifty stuff. You knew they were one, but not anything about them, Felix and Seamus. Seamus, you've heard some stories and poems about shifters. There was one from Tenoyama about a man who their devotion to Gwael was so great that they apparently could change their appearance into sort of this humanoid bird hybrid. It wasn't to the same scale as like being an Arakokra or a Kenku, but it was very close. For you, Felix, since you're actually like proficient in the skill, you and Aldane specifically would both know that like shifters are people who usually have been blessed or cursed in some cases. Sometimes it's because they've descended from were people. So the still lingering traces of that might be within them. That's allowed them to sort of change appearance slightly.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a case of someone who's done experiments on themselves to be able to channel animalistic qualities. And sometimes as well, it's a case of being blessed by, say, a fey person, especially. But it's very rare to see shifters, as they're often quite nomadic. And a lot of the times, most shifters are humans, only just because of, how prevalent humans were on Tiral for the longest time. Oryx just nods and just says, yes, well, they are very skilled, although I'd say individually, you're stronger, but there's more of them than there is you, but semantics. As far as I know, I only requested that the one who was connected to the piece of the Drake Lich, at minimum, would arrive. So it's entirely possible you only see the Tiefling.
Hmm. Good to know. So when are we going to be meeting up with them then?
I mean, it depends on how soon they can get to you. I mean, I am arranging transportation for them. I've got my best phantom steeds on the case, and phantom steeds are very quick. I'd say Seamus and Felix, I'd allow you both to roll Arcana about Phantom Steed. Just because you two are the actual, full spellcasters.
Shit, my rolls are not starting off too great.
As far as you know, only Felix. You know that, a Phantom Steed is they are kind of summoned as riding horses, but move at the speed of about 10 miles an hour.
Right.
And so enough to gather at least one person would take not terribly long. I mean, it depends on where they are in the country.
Yeah.
Because if they went in, say, example, a straight line from where you are to what's it called? From where you are to, say, the other end of the country.
Yeah.
As Oryx does inform you, you are a little bit outside of the capital, around the outskirts.
To the east or the west? Or north or south?
It's to the east.
So somewhere around here.
That's the west. East. Oh, where's it you pinged? Sorry?
Oh no, I did put ping at the other side, so it's this way.
Yeah, don't forget, never eat shredded wheat. So, yeah. From what he does actually explain, he's probably only an hour out from the actual main part of the city.
Mm-hmm.
This is sort of his personal bit of land that he owns. So it'll probably only take maybe less than an hour. Again, it depends, because as far as you know, he could be could be in Colliant, so that would take
Yeah.
over 170 miles. So yeah, it's not really not too great, but
Which could mean a couple hours round journey until they arrive each day. Thing is, we're not allowed to stay.
I mean, he does go on to say, I mean, I am going to arrange you lovely people some rooms. It's just not here, in the capital.
That's what I mean. We're, about an hour away from the capital, you said.
Yeah, won't take long. Besides, I'll drop you off myself in the capital. I'm not a monster.
That is appreciated.
Which reminds me, actually, depending on how long it will take for them, I was hoping to ask for a job from you.
Oh.
Since
What
you're
is the
here,
nature of this job?
There it is.
extermination.
Who
Of
do you
what?
want us, or what do you want us to kill?
I've heard rumours and murmurings of the cult of the Teresk making a bit of a presence in this lovely country of ours.
Ah, those bastards.
Well, we do love killing Cult of the Tarask.
From what I heard, they've got some creature, this bestial monstrosity that is going round savaging people to the point where not even their bones are left behind.
Oh,
Lovely.
God.
Hmm.
Damn it, Throne.
Oh, Throne? Is that what I heard, Daron?
Yeah,
Are you holding out on us?
they all know.
Yes, but I don't.
I used to work in the organization that Throne headed.
That Throne! Oh! Is he just like looks off to the side like, oh wow.
Small world.
I mean, Darren was part, if I'm correct, Darren was part of one of the big black market gangs in Beau Vetement.
Yep, the Collar Heart.
So if that's, I wonder then if Throne has some human ancestry as they tap their chin. Well, whatever, doesn't matter. What does matter, however, is that, yes, this beast is causing problems. And I'd like you to kill it if at all possible, and better yet, if you can find their lair. That would be greatly appreciated. That's-
Alright.
That isn't the main thing that I want from you, though, mostly just because sending you over there, depending on how long it will take for the holder of the Dracolich piece here to arrive, it might be better if you just wait for them and then go.
Probably smart.
But again, that isn't the main. That isn't the main thing I want from you. I wanted to actually cut a deal, if that was all possible.
You're gonna have to specify the nature of this deal.
Well, I want to help you guys. You presumably want my help, or at least my help would be greatly appreciated, such in this case as I am doing for you right now. There's only one thing I want, though.
Oh?
I want Black Crane. You see, I've always wanted to rule a country. Ever since I was a child, I always thought that the life I had wasn't good enough for me, that I could do better. And as things changed in my life, my desire to lead and rule has only grown. And seeing the deplorable and miserable states that Black Crane has devolved into, I'd like to think I can at least do better than the current leader.
I mean, that's not a high bar.
I mean, the difference would be a black dragon versus a descendant of a gold dragon.
I mean,
Just depends.
you're asking us four schmucks to help you do this when, look, probably have more influence than we should right now, but I'm not sure we have that much.
Well, no, the thing is all you have to do is, as you will very likely presumably do, kill the leader of the group in Black Crane, or at least stop him. And then in the resulting power vacuum, all I need is the opening to just do what I need to do. But your support and your endorsement would be greatly appreciated.
This is likely something that will be very far down the road if it happens.
I wasn't expecting it tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow would be brilliant. That would free up a lot of my schedule, but...
Tomorrow isn't happening.
If we tried to do it tomorrow, we would all die very quickly.
I mean, if you tried to do it tomorrow, you wouldn't be able to get... You'd only be halfway there at best. I don't have means with which to teleport into Black Crane.
Trust me, that's the least of our issues right now.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the biggest issue then?
The, black dragon that could stomp all of us easily.
Who says... Would you not have friends to go with you?
I mean, we likely would, but it's still like a black dragon, presumably an ancient black dragon, or somewhere around that power level.
Those are piss easy. They're like middle on the ranking of of chromatic dragons.
I think we're working on different power scales here.
Yeah.
I just think you guys are too worried. It's only a dragon. All you'd have to do is clip its wings, and it'd be halfway already screwed.
Bold of you to assume we are capable of that at our current level.
Do you not have any sharpshooters that can aim for the wings? Or any trebuchets or ballistas?
I mean, we have the first, but we don't have the second or the third. We don't make it a habit of hauling trebuchets or ballistas around.
Maybe
Our
you
bag
should
of
invest
holding
in a
only
portable
holds so
hull.
much.
Then maybe you should upgrade to a portable hull. They're very good. As he just like pulls out a book and just like flicks through it for a second. Ancient dragons. Let me see. Oh no, in fact. Oh yes, they are. Ignore me. Yeah. Yes, black dragons are just above white dragons. So you're fine.
Lovely.
The worst, really, is if he just suddenly erupts a bubble of poisonous swamp in his tower.
Can we just be agreed that it's not going to happen for at least a decent while? But that we will endeavour to make it happen at some point?
I mean, if you want to let the Dracolich pieces at least be completely unclaimed... I mean, fine then. Nothing happens.
I mean, the point is we are going to go around collecting the Dracolich pieces, but we are probably going to leave the one in Black Rain till last at this point.
I mean, I would assume so. It is, after all, your biggest hurdle. Still, it's, it's good to know that you're at least willing to hear me out.
Plus, I'd like to get figure out better ways to attack that bastard. Maybe get Drake on our side.
Oh, the illustrious Drake Blackburn.
If not on our side, then at least in a position where no one can get to him.
I mean, you could always kill Drake.
No, I'd rather not.
Why not?
He's
Who's to say they aren't just as much of a bastard as their father?
Until we
I'd
can
like to.
Until we can confirm that, let's avoid killing him. It's not great to kill somebody who maybe hasn't done something to deserve
And
it.
what if they want to be killed?
That's their choice.
Fair enough.
One imagines, though, if they want to die, they probably have done it already.
Yes. But then, that makes you wonder, why would they still be causing problems if they Because I would assume they might know Drake is alive, would they not?
Yes, our current belief is that he is alive, which does seem to imply that that he doesn't want to die. Until we actually meet the guy, we don't know more than that.
Do you think you've possibly met him already?
Well, part of me thought he was you, so maybe.
Oh my god, the pickings must be very slim then. My apologies for laughing, it's just... Wow. I'm almost flattered. Almost. So,
You were an enigmatic half elf.
I mean, I'm technically a full elf. I mean, I say technically because I've since true polymorphed myself into a gold dragon, gained enough power to become an ancient, and polymorphed myself back into my lovely form as you see today.
That's
really cool.
Yes, that is stuff
True
that
polymorph is an amazing spell.
Teach me true polymorph.
It's maximum tier, my friend.
Yeah, it's 10th level out of character, right?
9th.
9.
9th level? Yeah.
Not
Oh, yeah,
only
there's
did I
only
learn
9.
true polymorph, but I also made sure I would learn wish. Fun fact, if you turn yourself into a gold dragon immediately, you will not be able to cast any of your normal spells. So on one hand, I'd become a gold dragon, stay in the form long enough, and I have the long-lasting lifespan of a dragon. On the other hand, I lose all of the raw power I have accrued.
Bit of a
So,
double-edged sword there, sounds like.
well, that's why I turned it into a single edge. I cast Wish on myself, so I would retain all of my magical power once I polymorph. And then he does like a slight pinching thing, like gesture. You can still see the gap in between his fingers, so he's not put them together. Tiny's problem. Casting Wish outside of its normal confines has a chance to fail. Which means if you do, you permanently lose the ability to cast Wish again. I think you see where I'm going with this.
It's a high risk, high reward.
Well, just because I can't cast Wish anymore doesn't mean I can't cast Time Stop more than once a day.
Fair enough.
And oh no, I can't cast Wish. I guess whatever will have to die will just have to take 2 meteor swarms instead of just 1.
I hope we never have to fight you.
I hope neither.
I was thinking the same thing.
I don't want to upset Rua, which would then lead me to fight Akira. Nobody wants to
That
fight
is
Akira.
a sparring match I would love to.
Maybe. The only problem is whatever piece of landmass we're on would very likely sink to the bottom of the depths.
I was about to say I have a feeling wherever they do it is going to end up in rubble.
Not like... as he, like, pulls out a map and lays it across his desk. That's not to say that, like, you know, everything within here would, like, fall into rubble. Not like this. I just mean, say... the Blue Sands Resort, for example, if we fought there, would sink. Or, like, everything from, like, around here of the Black Death Swamp would be in underwater.
I was going to suggest the Black Death Swamp. That seems like a place that shouldn't really exist.
The problem is it has a vital ecosystem.
Fair.
And if stuff in the Black Death Swamp doesn't die, then it attacks Black Rain, or spreads out to the neutral point.
I have a feeling Akira would approve of that last point.
He doesn't like the neutral point, so that doesn't mean he wants to see the people there die. Think of it this way. Would you really trust anyone who isn't around your level of power to protect someone? If you could help it? If, for example, as he gestures to you, Felix.
Mm-hmm.
Would you really trust someone to look after your mother if you had no idea of how capable they really were?
You are correct.
Case in point. Especially if if your mother lost her right arm and then proceeded to vanish the second time.
Mm-hmm.
The moment he brings the neutral point up, you do see Rua noticeably getting quite like... Honestly, since he's got here, he's been pretty quiet and not like... really, what's the word? Not his usual self. If any of you want, you can insight him.
Well, I don't notice shit.
You're too busy focusing on the analogy of your mother potentially losing her arm. Are you rolling, Jameis?
Might as well. I knew I shouldn't have rolled.
You're too busy also thinking of Felix's mum losing her arm. After all, that'll make it harder for you to sleep with her, right? It's a joke.
If that is the case, Seamus, Felix is going to roll another insight. And if it comes out high, that's bad for you.
That's me, the GM. I'm not going to put thoughts into characters' heads like that.
Go on, Seamus. What are you distracted by?
I mean, to be fair, it'd be fair if any of you were distracted after all the stuff you've been told recently.
Yeah, I'm just trying to process everything that's been thrown at me.
Dayron, as far as you can tell, he's really mad at himself. Like, you wouldn't have had to leave if he wasn't so greedy for information. Like, he just feels really guilty, and that, like, again, you know, he can't stand on his own feet, it feels like. Like, it's very obvious. Like, this is kind of just nothing new, but...
I've been there, I feel.
Well, yes. But you get the point, though, with the neutral points. I myself don't particularly mind them. They've gotten, as he narrows his eyes, slightly better in the last decades. The problem is with the neutral point getting too much power, then they start needing more land to hold that power. Or then other countries might start looking their way and seeing what the neutral point might do.
Yeah,
The whole point is
politics is kind of a mess.
it's fucking stupid. But you get the point, though. Having too much power means that then you sort of have to come out into the open. Or at least you need to be very clever in how you manage it, which most people aren't. I mean, there's a reason why I can be so near the border of Siltanok and still be as lavishly lifestyle as I am living. Still. Yes, that's that. I did have one thing actually, a present. But I can't really give it to you right now, I'm afraid. But I do have the details for it. I only just remembered because I had to list off the two people who have only one arm. A proper arm, anyway.
Oh.
Sorry about that, my brother needed me for something. I'm getting chippy for dinner. Yes, he just so basically he pulls out this schematic of what looks like a typical prosthetic arm, And then he sort of like flips the page of this thing, and then you see sort of more like the more artificial kind, where it's like, what do you call it? Like the kind that you can magically attune to. And so he just says, as you know, you can easily see, this is as far as you know, or as far as I'm showing you so far, just simple, you know, fake arms he can use. But I was wondering if it'd be possible, as he flips the page, and one of the basically, because the arms that he's showing you, these schematics, look like something for like an arm from the elbow down. And so this next page, the arm looks even more detailed than the last two. And there's even like an extra bit of drawing for something on like the hand, like the palm of the hand. And then he just says, "What if you could turn your artificial arms into weapons or tools, more so than what you could otherwise do,
Sounds pretty rad.
instead of just having an arm that at best might have a crossbow on the wrist? What if you could say," as he then flips the page, and you just watch as the same arm is now like pointed forwards, and you see what looks like lines that are directed going to the palm. What if you could say, suck all the energy in the immediate area, and then use it to blast enemies with?
That'd be useful.
Or maybe, as he flips the page, the arm then has like a clenched fist, and you look at this sort of like ethereal looking like sword in the hand. What if you could make weapons from it? Say if you're disarmed, like you, Aldane. You're a warrior, a martial warrior if I'm correct, right?
Correct.
What if, say, you lost all your weapons? You'd be pretty screwed, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Well, with this, you wouldn't need to worry. You could just summon a weapon of energy and continue fighting just as normal. Or, what if you could use that same energy, and then when he flips the page again, you see the fingers and the hand contort into this really unnatural shape, as like all of the fingers, like in between, like I guess you could say the webbing, has this like ring connecting each finger, as they then like are in the shape of like a 5-point star. As then you see a description as it says like mid-stage gathering for energy, and then he flips the page again, and then you see the schematic of someone shooting what looks like just a fucking big laser beam from the hand. Like, think like Kamehameha style beam.
I want it.
Kamehameha. What's that?
It doesn't actually say that, but like,
Hadouken!
So
But-
this is all very fascinating, but I do just see there are two minor flaws in this. One, none of us are missing any arms, and two, none of us are missing any arms. I know it's they're the same thing, but I felt like it was such a big flaw that it needs to be repeated twice.
you make an
Yeah, I
excellent
don't
case.
feel like losing an arm just so I can get a cool prosthetic.
You make an excellent point. However, clicks his fingers, shadow blade in hand.
Oh, great.
I'm an artist. I like having both of my hands. It kind of makes me, capable of doing
Same.
what I want.
Well, as he then clicks his hand and the shadow blade immediately ends, I'm trying to work on this for people who already don't have limbs. The whole thing is that, aside from being weapons, while you still can't feel the sense of touch, you could still maneuver your hand with the same level of dexterity you had before. The whole point is these are for weapons. These aren't to play nice. If someone's going to use these are to kill or hurt or protect. And then he flips the page again, and you see another arm. As it looks like... It doesn't even look like an actual arm. Like, there's no hand. Like, where the hand would be is this, like, 2 prongs that then, like, have this sort of, like, cylinder in the middle of it with, like, a hole. And then leading around the forearm looks like a chain of sorts that's, like, wrapped around the arm. And then he just says, this one in particular is used for grappling. Like, to reach from afar, I mean, not to, like, you know, bear hug. And then he flips again, and then you see someone, like, a drawing of someone, like, sending out the arm. And it looks like the chain has come off to make, like, a really long whip. And then he flips it again, and then you see someone taking a sword, and then another drawing on the same page of them, like, putting the handle of the sword in, like, the hole, you know, between the prongs.
Yep.
And then he flips the page again, and then you don't really see any, like, proper look of the arm, because it just says, like, in a description above, the arm will proceed to spin so fast it creates a drill-like motion.
Will it pierce the heavens?
I mean, if you could use this on a god thereon, yes. You see, this was originally as a gift to Akrua, because, well, when you become a certain amount of strength... Damn it, I shouldn't have wasted my fucking... He just pinches the bridge of his nose. I shouldn't have wasted my Shadow Blade. Doesn't matter. Just clicks his fingers again and makes another one. You see, the whole point of this was, like, that, again, when you get to a certain level of strength, your natural body just becomes immediately better as well. And as he sort of, like, closes the schematics up and places them to the side, he rests his arm on the, what do you call it? The desk. And then he takes the Shadow Blade in a reverse grip and just lifts it over his own arm. And he just brings it down.
I like that you just paused for a second just to see if any of us were gonna stop and then had to continue when we didn't.
And just drives it down. And you watch as he, like, winces, like, noticeably in pain, because, you know.
Yeah.
And then he just, like... So he does it, like, in the middle of his own wrist. And then starts to, like, bring down the Shadow Blade. Like, as if he's trying to cut half his wrist off.
What? Why are you... Why?
And then he just, like, pulls off the sword.
Because it's the one thing you can't replace.
Gently places it down on the desk. And then you just watch as, like, half his wrist is, like, hanging off. It's very graphic. And then he just, like... And as you can see, with no healing necessary, as he just, like, brings his hand to sort of, like, hold the... You know, hold it as if, like, there's nothing wrong with it. And as he sort of, like, unrolls his sleeve, you can just see, like, the wound is knitting together again. Akira can do even better than that. Which is why the idea would be is that he could remove an arm in a pinch, attach one of these, and then continue fighting even better than he was before. That was
Just quickly remind us why the two of you aren't taking care of the ancient black dragon.
because I have you for that.
Fair enough. Just, you know.
I mean, also, if I did make waves and become noticed, what's above to the north?
In fairness, becoming the ruler of Black Rain makes you quite famous.
Yes, and that point paints an even bigger target on my back. I would rather work from the shadows, become leader of Black Rain, so then by that point, it's too late for Siltanok to care or do anything about it.
Black Rain is also the farthest point on the map from Silternok.
That will not stop ancient dragons, my friend.
True.
Not only that, but also Akra was also depressed, as far as I know. You know, he did only somewhat recently, a while ago even, lose the love of his life.
Mm-hmm.
And also his son. I mean, isn't it only because of you guys that he came out of retirement?
Mostly because
Something like that.
Mostly because of that guy.
You point to
I
Rua.
point at Rua.
Oryx nods and just says, well, here's the thing. He's been alive for over 300 years. Should he still deserve to keep fighting?
Oh no, I would much rather he retire and be happy, but
I mean, also, isn't he, like, defending Cordis while you're away?
That he is.
It's also easier for you guys to go in and out of places. The thing is, unless Akira actively tries, people will notice him just by him existing. In fact, I can sense from here that he's, like, further away from where he normally is. Probably because he's in Tennoyama for a bit. In fact, I'm the one who gave him the materials to hide himself off existence. But that's the thing, like... Some of us have been at this for a long time. And if we come in to save the day, what does that mean for you guys? Who are going to, you know, see what's going to happen in a decade's time, for example. Or maybe
This
2
is a
decades.
passing things on to the next generation type thing.
Yeah, I've already had my fill of adventure. Well, I still like adventure, but I just want to rule now. It's the one thing on my bucket list I haven't done.
So you want to put it into your adventure time and start a new thing.
Yeah, I want to rule, you know. I want to make the country better than what it is. I've had to grow up with a shitty lifestyle of my own. And I'm sure you've first-handedly seen how miserable it is in Black Rain.
Yeah.
I want to turn Black Rain into a country where they can finally see the sunlight for the first time in their lives. But until then, I have to rely on other people to do my work. It's kind of the problem. You know what, looking back on things, I wish I hadn't killed my mother.
Whoa. What?
Did you not know that's why I'm a criminal? It wasn't because she was my mother. Like, matricide isn't the problem, it was just the fact that who she was.
There's a lot to unpack that sentence, but okay.
Tell me she wasn't a high-ranking person in Silternok.
She was the Grand Duchess.
Yep, there it is.
Great.
She was also the godmother of the current king.
Oh, no.
Things are a lot more understandable now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean... I haven't told you why I killed her.
No, you haven't.
I mean, are you going to tell us?
Do you want to know?
Yes.
Sure.
I mean, if it'll make you trust me more and, you know, appreciate my existence in your lives, as we are going to be, hopefully, business partners for years to come. As he gives a very, like, satisfied nod, as if, like, yes, he will have to continue dealing with me. Let me find the book, as he just, like, rummages through his desk, only to pull out a very small diary. Where do I start? Well, the beginning, I assume. Sorry, I've not had to entertain guests for so long. The prose, it just overtakes me sometimes. Sometimes my genius even frightens even me, as it were. Also, here's new music, Mill. So, it began when I was 5 years old. As he paused, as if to let that sink in. You see, in the plane of the Feywild, I was but a young noble boy.
When I was a young boy.
My father was a very established Fey Lord. He was actually one of the few benevolent ones, in fact. Or at least, that's what I heard. I was 5 years old. 5-year-olds can be told anything and they very likely will believe it. My mother and father were, as far as I know, very happy. But, as it turns out, my mother wasn't entirely elvish. She descended from the ancient gold dragon, in fact. And once I turned 5, well, not specifically because I turned 5 years old, but he gestures as if you get the point. She decided to show her real colours, as it were. The gold heart she always truly had, as she turned into a fucking dragon and ruined my house. As she did
That was
so,
lovely.
she made off with all of our worldly possessions, or at least that she could hold onto. Which meant my father and I were suddenly destitute and homeless overnight, as we couldn't stay in one place, as that meant other Fey Lords could come in, and basically took over the land, and nearly killed us both. Which is how I then spent the next 5 years eating rats, barely learning how to cast a firebolt to make fire, and having to look after my slowly deteriorating father. By the time I turned about 10 years old, in fact, on my birthday, my father, his last words to me, guess what they were?
Kill your mother.
No, but you're very close. Nobody wants to guess?
I'm kind of scared too.
All he asked was to find my mother. After half a decade of toiling, for him, because of him, not thank you, not I love you, not I'm proud of you, not good night, find your mother. And so I did, eventually. I made friends, I trained, I lost friends, I found love. I found out my love was a cult leader and had to kill her. Go figure.
Always a bad turn to a relationship.
Yep.
But you get the point. A long trail of just unfun. And so then, eventually, once I gained enough power and convinced my friends to kill my mother, very fucking hard to do, mind you. Bearing in mind, this was before the countries really, started having problems with its leadership. Before the war happened. We went to Siltanok, and yeah.
Just
Oh,
out of character, Was Oryx part of the wild cards?
No, he wasn't.
Different friends then. Okay.
Yes, he clicks his fingers. How familiar are you guys with Halvar Towers?
I believe I've heard of it briefly, but not super
His-
familiar with it.
History.
History check, my dudes.
Alright.
Not familiar.
We're doing a history.
Not
We're doing a history
familiar.
check to determine his history. Nope.
No, decent.
Everyone but Felix. Towers was the family from that haunted house that you were with Prody.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Also, you both. Also, Seamus and Daron. Alistair Towers was the last general in the war against humankind, who, when finally died by the now missing king Stasia Everay, or rather Ivaes Everay, by his hand, the war ended. And yes, or it just says, yes, I was friends with Halvar back when he was just a whelp, when he was a man who decided to join the military, regardless of my feelings on war and conflict. I still respected him for his strength. It says a lot when I found him when I liked him almost as much as everyone else. But that's more just conflicting ideologies. Not the point. Point is, though, after we killed her, I deliberately asked my friends to throw me under the bus because I didn't want them involved. And so they did. Of course, with great reservation, I hope. I don't know, I wasn't there. I was on the run. Or rather, on the fly, I guess. But not the point. The point is that, yes, I gave myself up, or at least rather let myself be the sole villain in the story, having told them to claim I manipulated them. And I never saw them again from that day onwards. I couldn't. That would implicate them.
So you didn't actually kill your mother?
I fucking destroyed her corpse. That gold skin was from her when she turned into a dragon.
That's morbid.
Yes, it was. I wasn't in a good mental state then. I'm not in a good mental state, as it's probably quite apparent. But most geniuses, most people of power are never truly sane. I'm sure Akira has many stories to tell of his tragedies and miseries.
What was that about? What was that saying? Genius and insanity are two sides of the same coin.
I don't know. That does sound like an excellent quote, though. I hope you mind I don't steal it.
Go for it.
In fact, it doesn't matter. I'm going to patent the copyright of it.
I'm pretty sure a certain pirate will be very annoyed with you if you do.
Okay. We're in a nation. We're in an area surrounded by land. As he
Fair
just
enough.
he just winks at you.
Sure, the eccentric pirate won't hear of it.
Nevertheless, you get the point. And that is why I killed my mother. I wasn't the only one she did this to, by the way. In fact, I was only the most recent. And the last. Indeed. She did this to 4 of the children. Although they grew a lot more well-adjusted. Mostly from the fact that they all had fucking living fathers. Or mothers, in one case.
Oh, interesting.
But, yes. Still. Since then, though, I have made great acclaim. I own a business in every country but Siltanok. Because, you know. I can't really walk in.
Mm.
Just got my food. But yes, you get the point. I hope.
Yes.
Still, I felt like I had more to say, but I don't. I think. Sorry, I've not really had a lot of people to talk to in a while. You do notice the mansion is conspicuously lacking of people.
Hmm.
Like, you've not seen a single servant. And from what you could tell, it looked like the gardeners didn't really have a particular uniform or anything. Still, actually, that reminds me. I shouldn't have really let you hear my tale without giving you refreshments. My deepest apologies. As he just claps his hands 3 times, and you just hear 3 sets of footsteps leave the room. You don't see the source of the footsteps, though. As he points you all, coffee, tea?
Tea is fine.
Tea.
Thank you.
Tea,
I-
Tea
please.
would be lovely.
Wrong, it's coffee.
Why?
Okay then.
I'm joking. If you want tea, you can have tea.
Thank you.
Seamus, Daron, with your passive perceptions, you notice he just widens his eyes like.
Like,
As if like he's lying. I had him roll a secret roll, and you noticed that he was very likely bullshitting about having tea.
I guess we'll have to deal with coffee then.
Darren doesn't say anything really.
So, how are you all feeling? I should have really asked this sooner. I assume you're all frazzled, going from one extreme to another. Black rain to sunny Beau Vetement.
There has been a lot of information shared today.
Getting a bit of whiplash and overload, so probably gonna need to rest sometime soon.
No, it's fine. So, besides, before I killed my mother, I learned that she apparently secretly loved me all along. It's fine. Having multiple shocking revelations back to back doesn't hurt anyone, right?
Have you considered therapy?
I'm actually a licensed therapist.
Interesting.
Have you seen a therapist that isn't yourself?
But none of them are as handsome as me.
You
I
can
think I'm being.
you can
Well, you
cast polymorph.
Why would I become a lobster?
I'm just. You know what? This isn't our problem.
I'm not expecting you to dissect all of my mental troubles. That isn't fair. But how are you all feeling today? What's your relationship with your mothers?
What
I have a
mother?
very good relationship with my mother.
Ah, very nice. So it's your father that's the problem.
My father is dead, and he's been dead for basically my entire life.
Wasn't he a member of the Cult of Tarask, though?
Oh yeah, no, he sucks.
He just looks.
But I've
well,
never
you
met
two,
him, so I never got to say that to his face.
While you two are talking, he just looks to you, Dare and Seamus, and just mouths the word, yikes.
Tyron nods like, yeah, this is kind of just a thing we're all dealing with at this point.
So how's your family then, Felix?
Private and unimportant.
Oh, so it's your uncle.
Private and unimportant. And that is my story, and I am sticking to that right now. One day I will unpack the issues there. Today is not that day. Too much has happened.
Now, how about you, Daron? As he puts his hands together and looks at you straight in the eyes.
Orphan.
Oh. Wow. No material there. How rude. How selfish of you.
Mm.
As he just looks immediately to Seamus. How about yourself, Seamus? The best till last, I hope.
Nothing to tell.
Wow. Wow.
Look, if
As
you
he
want
just-
daddy issues, I just gesture to all day, like, come on.
Really?
Before I can continue, you just see 3 trolleys of, like, various assorted, like, teas, coffees, and stuff like that you can sort of make yourselves.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
I hope you enjoy. Locally sourced from several other countries. You know
Isn't that paradox?
yes, it is. However, teleportation, Aldane.
Hmm.
As you notice some of the branding, all you can tell, more than half of these are from Silton Arc.
Wow, that's impressive.
Ah, yes, my collection. I hope you appreciate. It took a lot of effort convincing my friend who does imports to send me this stuff. I totally don't just walk straight into Silton Arc and just buy the stuff outright. That would be risky, wouldn't it? Dangerous.
Yes, it would.
even. Stupid.
It's
Inside,
almost like you want to get caught.
Insight. Yeah, it's obvious. You can clearly tell he likes the thrill.
Hmm.
Regular thrill junkie, huh?
Oh, wow, we all
I mean,
Yo.
pretty good on that.
You know, when you can just stop time with a click of your fingers, as he just clicks his fingers and appears behind you, Eldane, you have to get something out of life. None of you saw him teleport, by the way, when he clicked his fingers?
Did he just use the world?
The world.
You should see what happens when I summon a steamroller. Wait, what's a steamroller? He doesn't really say this. But he just says, like, when you move faster than light, all you live in is darkness. It's just like, when you reach the highest heights, what's there to go from there?
To sleep.
And so oftentimes I do break laws and travel into countries that specifically label me as a criminal.
isn't that all of them?
No. There's bounties for my head in other countries, but I'm still a free man.
Fair enough.
Do you really think anyone in fucking Pahola gives a shit about some guy with 2 million gold bounty on his head?
I'm surprised Pahola has the bounty, honestly.
Everywhere has a bounty listed for my head. But the thing is, if I have 2 million gold worth of bounty, are you really going to fuck with me?
Yeah,
feel
bounties
like there
are
are
a generally
some
good
people.
indicator.
Yes, but this is the country that has an ancient dragon as their king.
I feel like some would, just to, see if they could get the bounty.
In fact, they did.
How'd that go for them?
I met Felix and played mahjong with him. Oh, to elaborate, yeah, that would make sense. Only I know this. Yeah, the guys on the boat recognized me.
Oh, boy. Well,
So,
As-
do
I
you
guess
have
we
any
should
idea
wait.
how close these people we're meeting are? Like, can you sense the phantom steeds or something?
Good question. Let me just think for a second as he puts both fingers to his head. And
As the GM
you-
checks the spell.
Jack,
yes.
roll me a D3.
Those don't. I don't see a D3 on here.
Roll
You mean a
slash
D4?
R slash roll 1d3.
Gee, okay. 3.
So, give me 1 second. If you give me 1 brief moment, I will give them a sending to ask. And I'm going to DM Jack with what gets said.
Okay then. So apparently, we're calling it now. And
As meanwhile, we cut to the Slayer's Take. Slayer's Take. Only a few minutes ago did you get a sending from Oryx asking you to immediately come to his place.
This is why I wanted to stay close by.
Yeah, but then you saw the dollar signs, and then we had to come.
What is dollar? Pisces says.
Gold pieces.
Oh,
yes, whenever his eyes turn to coin, we have to follow him because he does not stop.
Hey, I was voted leader at the last union meeting.
Only
Is
because
he-
you were the only option on the ballot.
Yes.
And that's why it was the last union meeting.
is he what called Sigma Mayo?
Yes.
No, he's what's called a dick sometimes.
Same thing.
Is he on grind set, not mindset?
Pisces, who taught you this?
Tristan.
Brig.
Rick and Tristan.
Ah, Brick. Anyway, we should probably get going.
Yes. Let's move.
The sooner we can be done with this business, the better.
As you talk about this, Pelios, you feel an almost like phantom throbbing where your old arm used to be. That is now replaced with a mechanical one. Out of character, not like the one that like Oryx has described. Not like that super cool weapon thing, just more like what Jubilee has, like a normal, simple one.
Hmm.
That seems cruel.
How's the arm treating you?
Oryx couldn't even replace it with a better replacement.
I should have said. The actual I should have actually said this sooner. It specifically had prototype
Ah,
in working like progress for
Right.
the arm.
fair enough.
My fault.
Fair enough.
Yep. Gotta live with this thing, and it is aching really badly right now.
Like your blue balls? Pisces was
No. Not like that.
I hate you, Mel.
What did you do?
What did I do? Oh, right, the fucking meme. The meme, that's right. I remember now. Don't blame me. I'm just the messenger on that one.
God damn it.
saying. That's mine now.
I knew you'd like that, Kaido.
As a Brit, I'm colonizing this meme. But anyway.
But yeah,
so
Pelias, it is your fault for picking up a cursed sword.
Victim blaming much?
Am I wrong when I say if you hadn't have picked up the cursed sword, you wouldn't have lost an arm?
You're not wrong,
As
but you don't have to point it out.
as you're talking, you see Tristan come out from the restroom, and he just says, "What are we playing Playhouse for again?"
Hey, losing his own arm.
Yeah, that really was your beam. You could have just left it.
I'm so glad we
Yeah,
got the feeble
leave
mind.
the blatant cursed weapon out in the open for some rando to steal it. That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Hey, it
Bro,
wouldn't have been
it
our
was a-
problem.
It was at a mind flayer's lair. Who the fuck wanders into a mind flayer's lair for fun?
A lot of people.
Us, apparently.
And you know, Tristan, I'm really
We were
glad the feeble
contracted
mind
to
wore
do
off.
it.
I was gonna say, we didn't walk in there for fun. We walk in there because we were paid to do it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, just because I lost my mental faculties properly for like 2 months, worth it in the end. The only thing is, we missed out on a lovely fish and chips dinner. As he looks at Pisces, and Pisces just nods. Yeah, fish and chips would be delicious.
Doesn't even see the irony there.
I just lean over to Jubilee. We did remember to put his emergency food in his contract, right?
Yeah, duh, of course.
Good, just checking.
Elios's right arm. The one that was cut off, I mean. No. But yeah, so...
Tristan, I think you should be the one to go to the meeting
Why?
with Oryx.
Yeah, you haven't met him. It'd be fun.
Gives me the creeps. I have
Yes,
met him
but
before.
do we know that it's a group from Cordis?
As far as you know, all Oryx told you, closer to the time, not closer to the time, but like, the first message he sent basically said, Indignation Wanters are here. That was literally the first thing he sent you. And then this most recent thing that he sent to Pelios.
Of course.
Well, you mentioned this because these adventurers might have some information about your sibling.
What? why. We don't even know where they're from.
They're traveling all over the world at this point.
Mate,
They might.
there's fucking Tritons all over the place. Ah, Pelios, you've not given the sending reply, right?
Not yet. I'll send
Ask-
it right now.
Ask if they know of a. Try and include something about a Triton that looks like me. I don't. What? Just shrugs.
What about a name? Oh,
Dentus.
Alright, I will put that in the reply.
For all we know, these losers could be from bumfuck nowhere.
True.
Damn. Hey, some of them could even be from Black Crane of all places. Ugh.
Yeah, that sounds nasty.
One of them could be from here. Ugh. He actually visibly shivers even harder than when he said Black Rain.
Oi.
What? Mate, I've
Look,
been
we're
here
from here.
Yeah, and I've been here for months and I've gotten a good enough idea of the population to know that,
Well, let's be
some of you are stuffy, pugnacious twats.
Let's be honest, Pelias, this is kind of a shithole. The only reason we're here is because there's the most mercenary work.
Out of character,
you're not
Beau Vetement is
wrong.
actually quite a nice place. It's just that, like, there's quite a few people who are very unlikable.
A lot
Oh,
of
no,
people
this
here
is-
are assholes.
This is not the type of environment that Athru would, approve of.
Such as, Pelios and Jubilee. Not the nicest of people, are they both?
Nope. Elias is something of a cad.
and Jubilee's just a dick.
Yeah, like, in even gestures to Jubilee. No offense, Jubilee, but like, you don't exactly scream Beau Vetement is a place full of lovely and friendly people.
Well, not since you got rid of your tattoo. That was a fun
that
night of
the-
drinking.
Tramp stamp, Pisces just says.
Good boy.
I think we're corrupting this poor creature.
In the time since Pisces was last in the session, he's been really addicted to eating fish.
Turned him into a
Cannibalism.
cannibal.
Oh,
The thing is, he has actually very particular taste. He's actually sometimes blown through some of the budget that you have on equipment because he really likes sea urchin and pufferfish and like lobster, like really nice fish.
And rest
Oh,
assured,
yeah.
we dock his pay. And then replace it with Pelias's.
no. Wow, what the hell?
The thing is, Pisces is actually good in a straight up fight. Especially after that gargoyle fight, he was a fucking Giga Chad.
It's not like Pelios didn't pull any weight.
Plios's ass isn't that big, mate. Come on. There's not that much weight to pull around. Oh wait, not that kind of weight. Tristan says.
Still, it might
Look,
be.
if you're going to make fun of my promiscuity, that's fine and all, but like, you don't have to insult my combat abilities.
I know. It's out of love.
Regardless, Tristan, I do think it would be a good idea to meet these fools.
I mean, I didn't say it wouldn't be prudent, it's just, do we all need to be there?
Not
don't.
all of
I mean, there's nothing wrong
At
with
most,
heading
it
into
should
Capital,
probably be
though,
two
right?
of us. Hmm?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with heading into Capital, seeing if there's work, though, is there?
Yeah.
Some of us can go to Oryx's place, the rest of us can go to the capital.
Question is, who should go to the capital?
Rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, I think unless Oryx says otherwise, it'll be myself, Pelios, and Tristan.
Yeah, that sounds
Oh,
fun.
you know,
The rest of you can
I
go
think-
wild.
I think you guys should take Pisces with you. Do you not remember the last time you peed on that dog?
That's
oh
fair.
yeah, that was really not fun to clear up.
That's fair.
Yeah, especially-
Jubilee and Brick are not good enough deterrents
Yeah.
to stop him from doing
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, and that noble didn't like the chihuahua we had to buy her as a replacement after Pisces ate the fucking thing.
To be fair, it was a yappy little bastard.
And also, to
Yeah.
be fair, me
You
and
guys
Frick were
weren't there. He
cheering
didn't-
as he peed on the dog.
You guys weren't there. He didn't eat a chihuahua and we gave him a chihuahua. He ate a fucking German shepherd. Sorry, no, rewind. A Cordician
What's
shepherd.
German?
He ate a Cordician shepherd. Without even his salt and pepper shakers on hand.
I was
like,
actually
he
just
ate-
cheering him on.
But yeah, he just like, yeah, he ate a bigger dog, and we had to get him a smaller dog. Like, no, Pisces should be away from the capital if we can help it.
Fair enough, we'll take Pisces with us.
Understandable.
As you're talking about this, Pisces is just licking his lips, like, Cordician shepherds.
Yeah, let's take Pisces with us. This is trouble
Mm.
waiting to happen.
Give me that. He
Yep.
just says, give me that, like, really quietly.
Pisces, if you want another Cordician shepherd, you have to buy it with your own money.
Ah. As you're getting ready, you actually see a blind person walk in the door, and guess what kind of dog this blind man has as his seeing guide dog?
Cordician shepherd.
Immediately, you just hear this coming from Pisces.
Kaido, please not.
And stops it, but yeah. And so, what's Plios gonna send to Oryx?
Now, we should all be on our best behavior when we go.
I thought I wasn't going.
No, you're not.
But you should be on your best behavior in the capital.
I'm fine.
No starting any drinking contests, at least until I get there.
It's in my contract, I know.
You, meanwhile, shouldn't be trying to, get them to pay you.
I mean, from what I've heard, Tristan says, apparently the annual masculinity contest is on. All of you would know the annual masculinity contest is basically a contest where anyone can enter, and it's not about like being a man. It's just about sort of what you believe is the ideal image of like not like manliness in the sense where it's toxic.
More in the sense of, this is the ideal male form. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like.
Yeah, because the last participant who won was a dwarf who was very fat.
Yeah, good for them.
Like, it was so fat he was almost as wide as he is tall. And this guy's won the last 2 times as well.
Well, Jubilee, the only occasion which you could be rowdy is at that, manliness contest or whatever.
Yes, and I have no interest in participating.
We should enter Pisces.
That would be great.
No.
I will.
That is
Yes.
a recipe for disaster.
Author, oh, can we please?
Arthur, please let your sense prevail on this one.
What's the prize for winning?
God damn it.
Tristan just rubs the chin. From what I've heard, it's like third place is a week trip to the Blue Sands Resort. Second place is a all expense 5-star Grand Hotel stay in the capital. And I think number 1 is an audience with the Queen, with which you can request one thing from her within reason.
Oh dear. Oh no.
We should enter
no.
into the contest. That could be funny.
No, Pisces needs to enter now. I'm sorry.
I will
Why not
say,
both?
Tristan does say, I will add, the winner is the only one allowed to make the call. So
Even
Africa
better.
steal the right. Which might mean Pisces is just allowed constant access to Codician dogs, which means we might start an international problem.
Yes, that is
if there was a monetary prize, then maybe, but doesn't seem worth it.
Why, are you scared of the Queen?
No, just don't see the point in,
Is it
getting on
because
her
the diet
radar.
also is it also because the diet consists of dogs?
No.
Do you not like the fact that she can eat Venari corgis and swans?
boy.
Really not that bothered by the Queen, but, if there's no money, there's no point in,
I mean, you could ask for money from the Queen.
Yeah, but it'd be Pisces asking, and we all know what he's gonna ask for.
If you look at Pisces, he's just lost in thought, like what he could think of. I know.
Out of character, kind of. What's Pisces' intelligence score?
Why? Why do you want to know?
I'm curious.
Let me just check. 14, actually.
Really? I would
Yeah,
expect it to be single digits.
I would have to get the one-shot club sheets up, but I'm fairly sure that's higher than mine.
Pisces is actually big brain. From what you know from Pisces' history, he was actually the son of the leader, like the direct son. So he could have been next. If he wasn't so adept at martial combat, he actually could have been the next archpriest.
Huh. What's his wisdom by
17. As of the last session, because he leveled up.
Huh. He's a smart and wise boy, he just doesn't show it that much.
His charisma's 6.
Yep, that's why.
I know what I want.
What?
A house.
Oh, okay.
I want to invest in real estate.
I mean, you can do that now, you just have to save up your pay.
Yes, but at least with house I can make head start.
I mean, he's got a point.
We sometimes forget that Pisces is smarter than he looks.
Last time at library, I read books about property law and managing home.
What would my cut be in all this?
He just looks at you really confused. Who says you're getting money?
Your contract?
What contract?
The one you signed.
Which one? Show me.
I mean, they're all back at the base,
Do you not have copy?
I have the copy in my head, trust me.
Not enough. Verbal contract is not liable in a court of law.
See, Pisces is smarter than you're giving him credit for after.
I mean, it is in his contract.
Bullshit. He just says
Oh.
to...
I mean, I
Anyway,
guarantee you,
I
Athru would have put in a clause: any outside funds earned by this party, a portion goes to the party leader.
Make an intelligence check to see if Afro would have actually thought of that.
I mean, it's hard to do that when I don't have his sheet,
Sounds like your problem, mate.
but I do actually have it on my phone, so I can just do
You
D20
can just-
plus 1.
D20 plus 1. Just roll that then. Yes,
Oh,
you
dang.
do.
Yeah. Athru doesn't fuck around with contracts.
What if I ask for house that is outside of rules of contract?
House isn't monetary.
I suppose you'd get out of the contract.
Pisces just taps his head, like, with a smile. Even then, you guys could live there anyway.
I
Well,
think
that's
my
great.
contract states that I have to live at the base.
I charge 20,000 gold mortgage.
That is quite a bit of money.
That is not if, that is inevitability.
Athru just leans over to Jubilee. Thankfully, that does fall under his contract, and we get the gold back.
I just like to
Meanwhile-
think that author, like Jubilee's contract to author, is like the longest document in the world.
It's the longest document, and it's the only one that Afro didn't write himself. I like to imagine.
Author definitely looked it over, though.
He would have, but I imagine, like, Jubilee would have been the one to write it herself because she's that sort of person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here's the
Anyway.
thing: all these contract shenanigans are because of Athru and Jubilee.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That reminds me, actually, Afro, we need to renegotiate some of the terms of the contracts.
Yes, I need to renegotiate terms as well.
And we will once your contracts are up in 10 years. You really should have read the fine
No.
print.
Oh, you mean this contract? He just presents to you? Yeah, I took it from the base last time.
No, you didn't.
He slams it down on the table and looks you straight in the eyes, Afro. I can turn into a bear right now.
Which would be against the terms of your contract.
Who says I was talking about a land bear?
I think you'll find all bears are considered under bear. We didn't specify the type of bear.
Oh, sorry, did I mean bear? Sorry, I meant to say shark. I hope you're a strong swimmer, Afro.
I mean, I don't really need to be. We're on land. Quite in the middle of land at that.
Sorry,
Not
give
even
me
near
a
a
sec.
river.
Sorry, guys, I'm just gonna have to use control water. We're gonna drown ourselves in this tavern for a second. Yeah, you're typing it up, Jack. The stuff.
No.
Please do, because the longer this goes on, the worse it
Yeah,
gets for the party as a whole.
I'm just gonna cut back to the other group then in the meantime, because
I'm sorry. What was I supposed to write? I
It's in
was
the
so distracted by
DMs.
the conversation. What was that, Kaido?
I mean, the things in the DMs, but yeah, it's about, letting them know that you're on your way, I guess, or I don't know, it's up to you.
We're currently en route. Meeting group will consist of myself. This is Pelias talking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meeting group will consist of myself, Athru, Tristan, and Pisces.
Right. Everyone happy with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it gets sent, and as Oryx is discussing some more stuff about, like, whatever, he says, "Oh, I finally got a response. Looks like some of them are on the way. The only one that truly matters is coming, which is helpful. In fact, he could have came alone from what I can tell. But it's fine. All I'll say is, just be careful. I don't know what will happen. In general, I mean. Like, I wasn't the one who made these pieces, so I don't know what will happen if, like, one that's already been claimed is in proximity to more, Also, I should have said, that piece that the guy's got, it made him lose an arm.
That's not concerning at all.
I mean, it makes sense given, what happened when Darren tried to give it up to the Black Knight.
Yeah, but I think this is more a case of the fact that this gentleman isn't a champion like you guys are. Or at least has natural mental barriers, I guess you could say. I know I've been trying to learn some secrets from the weapon since I'm currently holding it right now. If you want, I can show you.
Please.
By the way, we should decide who's gonna get.
Decide that while I fish it out. I really don't care who takes it. Just let it leave. It's harshing my vibe. As he just, like, reaches into one of his drawers. And you just see him pull out, like... And the thing is, the size of the thing doesn't look like it fit the drawer. As he pulls out a long rapier encased in this, like, ruby cage of sorts. And the actual weapon is sort of floating inside of it. And as you look more intensely at it, it looks very murky and, like, misty, as if, like, it's obscured, even though there's nothing else causing the obstruction.
Well, Rapier, that's all you, buddy, indicating Seamus.
Would you like this, Seamus? Dylan?
And potentially lose an arm?
Yeah, but you're a champion, you fool. Or
You should be fine.
But I'm a musician. I kinda need both my arms.
Hey, he just holds up the schematics for his prototype. In fact, I could look to make you an arm that turns itself into an instrument.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
You and your fucking arms.
I mean, I like tinkering. In fact, this is a collaboration between myself, Akira, and Tarim.
Terms involved.
What's the name of this one again?
The weapon?
Yeah.
I believe, according to this other group, is called Indignation. But who's to say it doesn't change its name upon a new owner?
Alrighty then. Guess I'll take one for the team on this one.
Appreciate
So,
it.
He waves his hand over the cage, and the murky vision just vanishes over it, and you get to see it properly, but it's still in the ruby-like cage. For now, we'll have to wait until the current owner, the one who it's still connected to, arrives. As from what I can tell, it seems like nothing will work unless the original owner is here. Even if only as a witness, I don't know. Just shrugs.
Interesting.
Maybe you might know more from your weapons.
Not that I can tell.
Nothing I'm aware of, no.
In fact, as he says that, I'm going to change the music.
Never take a break.
I was
It's probably
going
good
to
to just
say,
take a break, yeah.
I was going to say we can take a break as well, as I'll look for music to change.
Okie doke.
Alright. Time to get some snackage.
I'll be back.
Wow, you really have stolen that meme, Kaido. How many servers did you post it in?
In total, 5.
Jesus Christ.
I work fast. My copy-paste skills are unparalleled.
It's not really copying and pasting, it's more saving the picture and posting it.
I didn't save it though, I copied the image and then pasted it.
Fair enough.
In fact, there's still one more server I haven't shared it in. There we go. Wait, there's another one. Oh my god, I'm so cringe. Here we go. So what do you think of the session so far?
It's been good. It's been good, and I'm really looking forward to the two parties interacting. It's going
What do you think
to
of-
be fun.
What do you think of Oryx so far? Sorry, Drake Blackburn, was it?
Again, all I had at the time is that he was an enigmatic half-elf. I have made worse assumptions in this game.
I'm sure you'll continue to make more.
Absolutely.
Also, I just find it funny that Felix is still constantly evasive about his family.
Oh, he very much does not want to discuss it at all.
It sounds like a coward to me, but
Oh no, he is. He's fully repressing it because he doesn't want to deal with it. But he especially doesn't want to, talk it out with the guy who has such clear parental issues.
have you not heard about, sharing the burden?
And at some point, Felix will share the burden, just not with Oryx.
Wow, how nasty, how rude. I can't believe you.
Oryx has literally called himself insane. I'd like to point that out.
He didn't say insane. That has a lot of connotations and, implications. All he merely stated was that, if he... What do you call it now? He's been through a lot. That's all he has simply said. You're the one calling him insane.
Okay, maybe he didn't outright say it, but he implicitly agreed when Aldane called him insane. Which, in my book and Felix's book, is close enough.
Close enough doesn't mean it is enough.
Close enough that Felix is not going to discuss his parental issues with Oryx.
Fair enough.
I mean, that's just sort of who Felix is. He is the type to share everything except the actually super important stuff.
I actually just need to check something in Roll20, like out of the campaign. Yep, I was right. I couldn't remember exactly what Pisces' int was, but I was correct. It is 14.
And Athrus is 13.
He could effectively become a wizard.
Yeah, Athrus is 13. So.
And like he could actually do a decent job at it.
Yeah. I forget, did you actually play Tales of Arise?
I beat it.
Oh, good.
Very fun game. Made me appreciate Tales games again.
Yeah,
After going so long with not enjoying Tales games.
Yeah. I mean, I've been watching Grant play it, and it does look like it's actually quite a fun game to play.
It's much simpler a game than what's it called? Berseria was in my head.
I'd argue it's just what's it called? It's just better all around. Like the problem with Berseria, it had to share the same existence and like setting as Zestiria, which quite frankly is the worst Tales game. A one of. Like you'd have to pay me to play Zestiria again, and even then I'd be complaining a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm definitely enjoying watching Grant play it. And oh boy, do I like Dohalim's design.
They're all great.
Yeah.
They all look good. And the costumes they've also got in the game are also brilliant.
Yeah. I'm fairly sure Grant has a thing where if you redeem channel points, you can like ask for a costume change because he is constantly changing them.
I only did it every now and then because some of the costumes I think just don't look great, or like some characters look better in the defaults.
Yeah, I mean, I had Dohalim in his principal's outfit the entire time.
That does look very good.
I haven't bought the school. I haven't actually bought the alternate costume packs apart from the one where it's like, what's it called? Where they all come with like the, like in the set where fucking Alfin and Shion both have two different outfits. I can't remember what the costume pack's called. I know it's the set where like Law has a wolf outfit. I know that.
Yeah, it's the premium. It's the premium outfit.
That was it. Yeah, the premium bundle. Like those are the only outfits that I've bought, just because otherwise it's a slippery slope, and I'm just still mad we got post-game DLC and it happened to be Sword Art Online.
What is this about Sword Art Online now?
Tales of
Everything.
Arise.
See,
Still a
I haven't even played Tales of Arise, but I know it's better than Sword Art Online.
I mean, it's a very different series, but it was more just lamenting the fact that Sword Art Online it became the only post-launch DLC Arise got, and I feel like it was the death knell for post-launch DLC for Arise.
That's unfortunate.
It is, but it'd be like that sometimes.
hmm
Who else is here?
I think we're just
I'm
missing Bill.
back.
Okay, now I think we've got everything.
Right, so as we go back to the session, here's the new music now. I think you're gonna like it.
Hmm.
The moment he sort of brings it out further, you hear what sounds like glass shattering. And you notice like tiny splinters of ruby are hitting the floor. And for the first time, you actually see Oryx widen his eyes as he says, "What the fuck?" And the moment you guys like close your eyes because you hear what sounds like a blast, you're sure your eyes are opened, but there's nothing you can see. You're all just in darkness. A very familiar kind of darkness.
Right. More of this.
As memories that aren't your own, but you still feel them anyway, rush through your head. As you see these tentacle-faced people looking at each other, speaking in a language that you don't properly understand, but yet, for some reason, you know the words to them. And you just see flashing images of what looks like whatever perspective you're from is someone running away with a few other people alongside them, until you find yourself at this like cliff edge. And before you can watch everyone that you know die, time just stops. And you open your eyes and you find yourself in what looks like a stone room with a room in front of you and to the one room and both a room at your sides, like different rooms. Behind yourselves, you don't see anything, however. All of you are there. Oryx, Aldane, Felix, Seamus, Daron, and Rua. You're all there.
This feels oddly familiar.
So this is what the inside of one of these places is. Oryx is like looking around, crouching down to give it a lick.
Why would
It
you
most
look
certainly
that?
is. Oh, because I wanted to see if I could taste the magic,
Hmm.
and I can. Aldane and Daron, you can feel your brains pulsing as you feel the thumb and the vibration of your weapons.
Not Destructs.
Oh, this is not fun.
Yes, this isn't fun. Or it should say as he claps his hands and just looks around. I feel several strong presences. However, there's only one problem. I forgot to check if... I'm trying to think of a good excuse. Because bye. As he just clicks his fingers and he vanishes. He casts banishment on himself.
Should we be concerned?
That's convenient.
About a few seconds pass, and Felix, you hear this sending message. You can very much tell who this is. This is from Ore.
Oh, wonderful.
What?
Why am I shocked that this is not as easy as we'd like it to be?
The message verbatim is just outside. Everything looks fucked. Good luck.
That's funny.
Amazing.
So is this some sort of illusion bullshit?
I assume it's from the Dracolich piece.
I'm assuming it's the labyrinth of the Dracolich.
This is the brain, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Also, don't forget, none of you've rested.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fucking damn it.
I mean, we could rest now, I suppose.
That'd
Does not
probably
sound
be
like
a good idea.
I thought everyone was speaking at once.
What's the ETA of the Slayer's take?
We did not get one.
They're just on their way. Got it.
That's if they can even help us get in. And we can't
don't
really
want them
afford
to-
for them.
We need to deal with this ourselves.
We don't know what will happen to the current owner of this weapon if they meet.
Then, what's the recommendation here? Should I just try to grab it myself, or?
Who says the weapon's for you? It could be for anyone. Could even be for me.
Well then, how do we find that out?
We
I
do
guess
as we always do. Get to the center and beat whatever's there.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
could kill the guy.
Well, let's get going then. If we aren't gonna rest, we should get moving now.
Maybe we should rest.
You think
I
we
mean,
need to?
Nah. All right, let's go.
I don't know, I'm still fucking in pain after that. Entire ordeal, you know, like when we crashed the fucking ship.
Mm.
We've had a rough toe of it, but we have to keep going. At the very least, we'll take a short rest.
Fucking joke. So which way are we going then, gents?
Just a question out of character. For those who have gone up a spell slot level, do we have access to those
Nope.
spell slots, or are we still on the previous ones?
Still on the previous ones.
Just wanted to check.
Yep. You cannot actually access any of your level 7 abilities. The only thing you currently have is the HP.
Fair enough.
Which means no evasion for Daeron and Rua, because Rua also got evasion at level 7. So yeah, which way do we go, guys?
I'm guessing my damage isn't up either for sneak attack.
Nope. If it did, it doesn't. If it did go up, I mean it doesn't right now anyway.
Okay.
We can go left, we can go right, or we can go forward.
Is there a map that we're supposed to be on?
No.
Forward.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Alright then. As you go forward, you're immediately sucked into darkness. You see the frantic pacings of a man who you're very familiar with at this point through their point of view, as they're traipsing and trawling through what you can only presume is the Black Death Swamp. Feelings of just pure annoyance and frustration and misery. The feeling of when you've been let down by someone. The feeling of betrayal.
Lovely.
And you just watch as they're in the middle of doing this ritual, using many different body parts and pieces of different creatures and races, all morbid and macabre. And before they can really continue, you just see a hole through their chest as they collapse to the floor, and you see a very familiar face you've only just recently seen, smugly smiling at the point of view that you're looking at. And he just shakes his head. And you wake up into this. By the way, as we go onto the map, I'm just going to bring your tokens down. They should be correct. Should be fine. Should be fine. Don't know why it keeps saying Daron Gale. Give me 1 second. Mill.
There we go.
I'm gonna actually fix this. So, edit, remove token. Yep, and then you select the token. Right. So that should always represent Felix, that token,
Mm-hmm.
instead of for some reason Daron. There you go. There you go, and there he goes. So, give me a marching order going up. This can be as wide as you want.
Gonna stick myself behind Aldane.
I'll be next to Aldane.
Then Rue will also be next to Aldane on the other side. Just move yourselves into place.
Mm-hmm.
Again.
My roll 20 is acting.
I'll move you into place then for you. So, as you do that, you come to, and this is where you're at. Let me just bring you into the thing first. God. Here we go, and you are here, and congratulations, gents. You immediately walked into the boss battle.
Great.
Yay!
Did we really?
Yep.
And as that happens, you look behind yourselves. If you do, there's no door.
Yeah, like no door period, or just
There's just a flat wall.
all around the room.
Flat walls all around. Yep.
Oh, hi, Cthulhu.
You. You are not the people I've seen before. Who are you all?
That is an excellent question. Would you mind introducing yourself first?
You are in my domain, are you not? Would it not be more customary for the guests to introduce themselves first?
Checks out. I am Aldean.
Then he looks to you, Daron.
Daron.
And then he looks to the bard. And then he looks to the bard. I see your friend is
Dylan.
the strong silent type.
Sorry, yeah, I think you cut out. I didn't hear that first part.
And he looks to the bard for who your name is.
Seamus.
And then the painter.
Phylexis.
And then he looks to Rua and just says, "Does it really matter? You know why we're here." The tentacle-faced being just narrows their eyes and nods. All of you who are proficient in the skill, give me Arcana.
Yay, I think I'm actually proficient in that.
Both of you begin to immediately wish you weren't here. This is known as a mind flayer or an illithid.
Fucking knew it.
We've faced one before.
Different
You
party,
haven't.
though.
I mean,
Different party, yes.
when I say we, I mean, like,
Yeah,
we as the players.
players. This is the result of a person who has had a tadpole inserted into them through their eye, which then begins to mutate their body and turns them into what is known as a mind flayer. However, this is a lot bigger for a typical mind flayer, and then it clicks between the two of you. This isn't just a mind flayer, this is an Ulifarid. This is basically like a born prodigy of a mind flayer. Typically, they're a lot more stronger and powerful, and oftentimes they either usurp the position of the Elder Brain, which is the leader of a mind flayer community, or the Elder Brain decides to get rid of them, as out of fear of them being a usurper. Or sometimes they're often just the right-hand men, and the fiercely loyal. It really just depends. But yeah, very dangerous. You also know, between the two of you, if this being tries to use its tentacles to attack your face and knocks you out, you are just dead, as it will devour your brain.
Lovely.
Welp. Let's not get hit.
I sense there are more of you. More than just the five I see. Am I wrong?
We did have a
I'm a-
companion who...
Not that one. I
Oh.
mean, other presences.
I'm a fire my laser.
As he just like brings his finger forward, starting from Daron, and just swipes it horizontally across as if like gesturing more than one of you.
I know
I
what
don't
he
know of any
means.
besides our companion who decided to skedaddle.
I do not mean someone who is left, but someone who is currently in front of me. Do you not possess comprehension skills? Or are you as dumb as your appearance suggests? Blonde
Okay,
human.
rude.
If you're asking about it, then yes.
Thank you. At least one of you has the common sense.
Are the insults necessary?
You have burst into my domain, and I know what you are here for. Should I be cordial? Should I allow you to crack open my skull and feast on the brains within so you can get your prize?
Well,
How
I
about
wouldn't
I
say
I
put
wouldn't
yes.
want to
your...
eat your brain. Gah.
It is a figurative speech, instrumentalist.
It's not a very good one.
You make a good case. Maybe we should cut the pleasantries and get straight to the fight.
Well, if it's gonna
Yeah.
be like that, might as well just jump into it. Yeah, I guess.
Can I Eldritch Blast him?
No, because it's initiative now.
Hmm.
So, anyways, let's start blasting.
There we go. It's all sorted.
Oh boy, Felix was real prepared.
Felix is also the most
Hot
quiet, so...
damn.
Hey.
He wasn't distracted by conversation,
I was.
unlike Aldean.
Alright, now what does the Mind Flayer have?
Let me just
That's
find...
something we'll find out momentarily.
Is this the one I want? No. Yeah, we'll use this one, because it's quite creepy.
Yeah.
I will say, as he begins to get ready, all of the colour suddenly just drains out of the room.
No, that's not ominous at all.
Well, that's
Garrett-
fucking ominous.
Roof is 22 HP.
I did say we should rest, but no.
I mean, you're the
I
high
did
intelligence.
too.
You're the high intelligence character, so you know. Of course, no one listened. And to be fair, yeah, Seamus did also, but
Nobody listens to me anyway.
oh, look at you. He's after, you know,
Half the party.
Felix.
So, yeah, he's just out of range of some of my spells.
Move in there, nerd.
Are you sure this is the music that's supposed to be playing?
Yeah, this is wrong.
I was gonna say, it doesn't sound very badly.
I thought I had the right one. Here we go. You won't be laughing with this song, I hope.
Oh, I'm sure I won't. I'm sure I'll be thinking, oh no, this is boss music, but it's just... I'm just
Yeah, I had
thinking...
the wrong song. I had another one that sounded quite dissonant, but I can't find it.
Yeah, this sounds like boss music.
Why do I hear boss music?
Seamus just in the corner playing the music.
Dun, dun,
He's
dun,
got his
dun, dun, dun.
synthesizer out. Right, what are you doing then, Felix? It's your turn.
Yep. I'm just... It's not overly easy to see where the squares are, so...
Give me a sec, I'll change the outline. I'll change the colour as well, actually. That's
Make
made
it
it
like-
even worse.
It
Make it
has
like
made it
neon
even
green or
worse.
something.
That's
Is
better.
that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Come on,
works.
forehead.
That is where I thought it was, right?
Yeah.
No, one square.
You don't even have to do
One
that, you can
space
just
over.
do like that.
Whatever, I'm there. which should, if I just check to make sure, indeed put me just in range of a chromatic orb. Oh, just before I do that, did my Arcana check get me any sort of info on potential weaknesses?
You do know this has resistance against saving throws and other magical effects to that. So don't try and debuff it if you can.
Good to
Or
know.
if you do, you're lucky. Also, it can cast Feeble Mind.
Oh yeah,
That is a nasty one.
I forgot that was a thing.
It's what ruined Tristan.
Either way.
Unfortunately, they don't really have many weaknesses apart from the fact that all he has for defense is a breastplate. So he's arguably just as easy to hit as Seamus is.
Hey.
Okay, so very few
Yeah.
weaknesses. Any strengths in terms of resistances?
No, apart from the fact that he can resist a lot of magical effect. Spell attacks are fine, but doing stuff like lightning bolt might not be terribly fruitful. The thing is as well, in terms of between the two of you, he's not very dexterous. Especially with how big and lumbering he is. Mental-wise, though, on point.
Well, regardless, I'm firing my colour orb.
The death ball. That hits. Lucky you.
Hooray!
What element?
Let's go with a nice lot of fire damage.
So you fling the orb as you shoot it off, and he just watches the tip of one of the tentacles just gets erased, and this purple-coloured acid leaks from the wound and just hits the floor, causing a loud hiss.
Aldane, have fun with that.
On top of everything,
Wow.
he's got fucking poison blood, acid blood, whatever the hell.
These are the Dracolich people. They all have acid blood. Flora leaked acid blood,
annoying.
and so did a Treants. Gulbivi did. So, Seamus, it's your turn.
I think that's about 30 feet right there. Not quite, but I'll stay there. And then I started blasting.
20 hits for 6 damage. Nice. You do have more than one shot.
I
Misses.
don't know why it's automatically rolling for damage. Is that like a new thing?
That'll be probably either on your character sheet. Yeah, it will be on the settings menu.
Where is it?
Yeah,
Here we go.
on
Don't
the
auto-roll
so on the
damage.
cog section,
Yeah.
yeah, auto roll damage, auto damage roll even, but yeah. So you make the first shot, and you blast it right on the tentacle actually that Felix hit. But then the moment you strike again, he just takes his staff and bats it away, deflects it, and it actually catches the edge of his throne. Oh, a bard that uses Eldritch Blast. Interesting. Your brain will be very delicious. Daron.
Hmm. Check one.
Yeah, but only one fewer people.
Yeah, but also you're all mostly fully healed for this fight. What you
So
doing
I'm
there,
gonna insightful fighting.
Alright.
18. I mean, no, 16. Sorry. So they are marked.
After this, if any of you want to look up the stats for Nullified, you'll understand why, like, it's scary anyway, but especially so.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it now, though.
I won't.
I will just have it do 2 Mind Blasts in a row to punish you.
Don't worry.
I haven't looked it up.
I wasn't. You should be worried.
We are worried. Always be worried.
One more, if you want to move forward.
Yep, and I'm just gonna ready in action. If he gets into melee, I'm going to strike.
Okay, with your weapon.
With isolation.
Yeah. So. What's he gonna do? So. Oh, it's melee. That's a shame. Alright then. So, Rua is going to use a key point to do Step of the Wind.
Wait, it's not Rua's turn yet.
Ignore me, I'm a dickhead. I was looking at the wrong thing. It's because the turn order was really fucky
It's
on my side.
Cthulhu's turn.
Yes. So he just like shakes his head and just. The last group was immediately more threatening than you. Alright then. Let me see, what's he gonna do to just terrify you all? Oh, yes.
Oh no.
So he just lifts his staff up and just slams it down. Aldane,
Ebay.
give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ebay. Fucking hell.
That's
So-
with your fucking aura of protection bonus.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, Rua also has to make one.
Yeah, he gets aura protection from me from that.
No, I mean Rua also has to make a save.
But
I
he
know,
will
he
get the
gets
aura
a
of
bonus.
protection.
Save. He gets my +4.
Doesn't matter, fails as well. So,
Ebay.
Aldane, everyone just sort of takes this like weird shape, and everything just looks so fucked. It's
Oh boy,
really
what did you
hard
do
to
to me?
tell. You feel like your head is upside down, twisted the wrong way around, and just shaped.
I cast acid.
As you are now. So, Aldane,
Tripping balls.
roll a d10.
Fucking hell.
Now roll a d8.
If I keep getting shitty rolls, I'm gonna.
So, wait. So, you have to move 30 feet this way into Felix.
Right now?
Yeah.
Darn, I can't even do what I was going to do. What the hell did he use against me?
I'm
Uh,
sort of
so,
afraid.
Felix, Aldane just fucking sprints your way. Make a dex save.
Is this a charm effect?
Is this an enemies abound?
If it's a charm effect, I'm immune to charm.
He doesn't say. So, before. So. Let me. I'm gonna have to check. Because I'm sure it.
If it is a charm effect, it shouldn't work on Aldean.
I'm just checking. it? So the spell is confusion. I was gonna say now. Would confusion be considered charm?
Don't know.
I'm checking.
Well, no, it's not considered charm. You're not actually charmed.
Yeah,
It's just mind
that's-
fuckery.
Yeah, it's just mindfuckery. Sorry.
Yeah, so Felix, you dodge out the way. I'll allow you to decide which direction that isn't towards Eldane do you want to move in to roll out the way.
I'll go back.
Okay, as Eldane finds himself there. Now then, Eldane, you can now make another wisdom saving throw.
What's a save DC I have to beat?
Why does knowing the DC matter?
Because I might
Doesn't
get a good
matter.
roll like
Well, you pass, so the DC is at least 17. Or at
wow.
most, you don't know. It could be less. It could be anything. But you pass. And you just see Felix right next to you, as he's probably wondering why the fuck you just charged him.
that fucker mind whammied me.
Now it's Rua's turn, and he must make a now he must make a D10. 7. So you just watch as Rura draws his sword, and he just swings it randomly in the air, and nothing happens. As he must now make a wisdom saving throw. Right then. And passes. And just looks around like, what the fuck? Felix. The moment that happens and they both look like they've come off whatever happened, the Illithard actually smiles at it and she says, "Oh, your mental abilities are stronger than I had anticipated. Very good."
Oh, good.
Felix?
I don't actually have to move for this one. Firebolt.
You have
Oh,
a meat
did-
shield. Firebolt. That hits.
Awesome. Good
Nice
damage
damage.
as well. Jesus.
That is a spicy meatball.
God dang.
I got Felix
You
is
love
just
to
hard
see it.
Felix is fucking hard carrying right now.
Felix fucking hard carries the Dracolich Pieces boss fights.
Yeah, this is
He
like
really
your
does.
He nearly soloed the fucking corpse flower. He was very helpful when it came to the ancient dragon, and now he's just helpful against the Illithrid. This fucking Dracolich is gonna fear Felix by the end of this.
Good. Felix is also going to give, seeing as Aldane is stood like right next to him, Felix is also going to give Aldane Painter's Inspiration.
Draws dick butt
Yep.
in your face. I don't know what he draws. It's up to Felix.
In
Famous.
a different season, that is exactly what Felix would draw, but not in summer.
Dick butt.
Not in summer.
So- Seamus, what do you do?
I'm gonna
What's the shit?
move.
What's the bard doing? What the dog doing?
What the bard doing? I'm gonna go over this way, 10 feet, 30 feet, and then yeah, right
There?
there. Cool. And then I am going to summon my lions.
Alright then. Remember how the thing works?
I think so.
It should be in the description of the item. So you get to summon 2 of them within 60 feet.
Yep.
Where do you want them to be? I assume as close to the line, the Ullafarad as possible.
Yeah, I want to see what my range is here. I think I gotta go within 60 feet. And I think, yes, I could throw them
Eight
basically right on top of them. But
you
let's
do
throw them
that.
here.
You could do there
there.
and there. And flank.
Yeah, yeah, flanking. That's what I'm gonna do there. And let's see if I remember how to do the token. Oh yes, I do remember how to do the token.
There you go, I've done it for you.
Oh, you got. Oh, never mind then. I don't need to
You
do
can
it.
do the rolls for it though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Should I do an
again.
initiative roll real quick?
I'm just gonna start ruling it that they move immediately after you, because I don't think it really says. I'm just dragging it down. It's one of them, it's really like unclear. One of the few
Oh,
times
yeah.
you wish 5th edition was actually like specific on stuff.
And then with my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Bardic Inspiration on Dairon.
So Dairon, you are now inspired bardically.
And then now it's the lions, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So... Oh, hold on. I gotta get my health tally ready for Simba and Mufasa. Alright. So... The one on the left is Simba. The one on the right is Mufasa.
Okay.
And they start with 26 HP. First things first, Simba on the left is gonna do a little bite.
Hits. Yeah, damage is damage.
Mufasa, second verse, same as the first, but I don't think that hits.
It does not.
Yeah. And let's see. That'll be it. That's all they can really do there.
Yeah, that's your turn. Daron, what now?
I
Far
forgot I
did
had
not
a,
move closer.
I forgot I had a light crossbow, so I'm gonna use that and aim.
Yeah, go for it, my guy. Hits.
20 damage.
So you just shoot right between its head. And you see the crossbow bolt, and Seamus does because he's at a side angle, sink quite deep into the head. And he just pulls out the crossbow bolt and throws it to the floor. And you just see more liquid pour out of its forehead before it immediately seals shut. Cute.
Oh, I thought it was.
Let me just see. Do I want to be nasty now? No, he's not in that mode yet. So, I need to break out a cone. Nothing serious, don't worry. Completely fine. It's all legit. Don't worry, you don't need to be afraid. Definitely not gonna do some sort of dangerous effect. So that's 60 feet, so it's very close. Let me just check. So catch him like that. Oh, that's tasty. If Will Smith was here, he'd be saying that's hot. So the Ulfarid actually just like moves back onto the throne. Like as in he just sits down. Does he? No. Let me see. I actually need to see if that reaches still. No, it doesn't. So what he does is instead... he can do it, just... There we go. So he moves the staff around to the side of this lion. This lion here. and just slams the staff into the ground. And I'm going to show the range.
Yeah, buddy.
Daron, Seamus, and the lion
boy.
must all make intelligence saving throws.
And who?
You boy.
Counterspell.
It's not a spell.
Ah, damn it. So intelligence save?
I felt the conviction in that. I was like, oh shit, counterspell, and then I was like, wait, no.
You said intelligence save?
Yes.
Ah, too bad I'm not very intelligent.
The peaks and valleys.
The lion did better.
Doesn't matter because only Daron passed.
Yep.
So, Seamus and the lion. Wait, I need to see. Does Daron take it if they fail? No, or take. So Daron doesn't take any of this. Takes that much in psychic damage.
Do I
You're
not take
fucking
that?
kidding me.
What's that, Daron?
Do I take any of that, or?
Nope.
Well, Simba's dead,
And now you are stunned for 1 minute.
and
Oh,
I'm
no.
down to like 4 health.
So you just watch as Seamus like screams in pain, I imagine, as he clutches his head. And you just watch as some blood drips from his eyes as he now can't speak or move, and also fails any strength and dex saves, and any attacks have advantage against him. I'm just gonna move the cone over here, just in case. Who knows? Someone else might need a cone.
So if I'm stunned for 1 minute, does that mean I just can't do anything?
You can make the saving throw at the end of your turn. So, because this lion here is the one that counts the initiative, I'm just putting the lion over here. Let me put an X over it as well. So then. Aldane. You are quite a ways away.
Yep. Which means that I am probably going to dash.
60 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I see it. Gotta go right over here.
Hey,
Actually, can I make a quick detour over to Darren, do you need healing?
I'm okay, actually.
I need
sure.
healing.
so does Rua.
Can't reach you, bro. Sorry.
I mean, could.
But
Also,
I
da-
would have...
Also, dashing takes up your action, which,
I wouldn't be able to heal him if I wanted to.
yeah, because Lay on Hands is an action.
Yep.
So you just run over there? Nothing else?
Well, I prepare a held action of Sword Swing.
You can't do a held action if you've already used your action like that.
Never mind. I'm not going to waste a bonus action because that might get dispelled before I take my next turn.
Rua. Now is going to use Step of the Wind. So he can move 100 feet.
Fucking Hume's over there.
As he takes the sword and goes for the strike. Before he even gets a swing, the other Farah just like, while the other lion is like still biting guns for him, he just swings his leg round and basically bitch slaps Brewer with the lion before getting still into place. He then goes again.
You'll love to
What?
see it. You'll love to see it, though.
That's max damage. So that's 30 damage. As he just
30?
says,
Dang.
is it? Yeah, yeah. As he just
20,
chops
isn't it?
off. Oh yeah, 20. I can't count.
Why'd you point it out? We could have taken him down 30 instead of 20.
No, I respect Aldane. I respect Jack for that. As you just watch as Rua cuts off 3 tentacles in just one swing. And as he sheaves the sword, the Ulafaric must make a con save. As Rua attempts to do Stunning Strike. So, let me see. He has a plus that much. So, as Rua sheaves the sword, he just watches the this acidic blood, and he's just stuck doubled over and can't move. He has been stunned,
Excellent.
which means every attack has advantage against it.
Right.
So yeah, that's a thing. Felix,
Speaking of then, Felix is
drop your meteor spell. Do it.
I mean, I can technically do that. I mean, via Chromatic Orb. I don't want to get within... After seeing what happened to Seamus, I don't want to get within more than... within 60 feet of the thing, is the issue. But...
You might not have a choice.
there's always a choice. Felix will move... Let's see... 5, 10, 15... 20... Which... Yeah, that's a good 75 feet, that's good. He's going to chuck another Chromatic Orb.
Nice.
That's level 3.
Oh.
And that's going to be... Let's keep it with fire damage.
So how much is that? 15 plus 8 is
23.
23. Oh.
I should use Chromatic Orb more often.
So, the moment you shoot him, you hear the sound of something pulsing. All of you hear this. And the Illithara just clutches its head in pain, and you hear a cracking sound. And then you see the crack form on the outside of its head, as its brain bursts from its own skull.
Yeah.
As it just screams so loud, the entire area is shaking.
Everybody stop! I can't find me brain.
And
Welcome to phase
you just
2.
you see the brain turn this purple color. Just like the weapon that you saw. And it just begins to chuckle. Ah, finally. And now you've entered the second phase.
Yep.
New music time.
Boy, boy,
Oh god,
boy.
we're getting new music?
I barely survived the first phase. How the fuck am I gonna get through a second one?
So as its legendary
Position,
action,
heal thyself.
because yes, it has one of those. You know what? It looks at you, Felix. Thrusts
Oh,
its
no.
staff. Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Is this a spell?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm going to use my Cedar
can't.
Horn Dagger.
Oh.
Once per day,
Okay.
use your reaction to gain advantage on a saving throw against a magical effect.
Okay, before you roll, this is a normal save now. Because I
Oh!
was going to say you had it at disadvantage.
Oh! Well, that's good.
Roll it. Roll the int save.
Oh,
Do
no.
it. So,
That was
you-
so nearly a 20.
so you feel your brain fucking go wild. You see the image behind the true sight to see from the Ulitharid, and it is vile. It is disgusting. It is, in a word, horrifying. You nearly felt all of your mental faculties vanish.
Oh! I think I know what it just did to me!
Oh. So on the good side, you pass the feeble mind save.
Oh!
Bad news,
Oh,
you
damn.
still take 4d6 psychic damage.
Ow.
Boy, am
Well,
I
at least
glad I
you're
rolled well!
feeble-minded.
Boy, that was really dog shit as well. 12 psychic damage.
I'll take that, thanks!
Felix really is the clutchest member of the Dracolich peace fight.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Oh!
Seamus just consistently sucks during the Dracolich fights.
To be fair, you have other good moments.
Alright.
So, speaking of Seamus,
Do I have to make
you
my
are-
int save?
yes, you are stunned. You must make a intelligence saving throw.
Oh, hey.
Oh, there we go.
You did it. You are no longer stunned, but it is the end of your turn. But now the lion can attack.
Yes, the lion will do a bitey thing with advantage because Rue is right there as well. Didn't need the advantage though.
Still helps.
Is it still-
Ooh, I
is
think
the
that's
yellow
max
card
damage.
still-
It's not max, but that's still a nice amount.
Oh yeah.
You just watch as the lion climbs up the Ulafard and just bites it on the brain. And it just
Is the
shakes him
Ulafard
off and throws him to the ground. What are you going to say, sorry, again?
Is the Ulithard stunned?
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. Second phase meant it ended.
Mm.
Unfortunately, but yeah. And for its legendary action, it looks to you, Seamus.
Shit.
And what's it going to do to you? Uh... So, it points its staff, and you just hear it say, "You know, Felix, your chromatic orb was a great trick. Maybe I should copy you." As it casts chromatic orb,
Counterspell?
you are within range.
Yeah.
Roll.
Oh, what do I have to roll? Hold on.
So you need to roll me a charisma check.
Just a straight charisma?
Yep.
Good thing my charisma's good. It's not.
So, Felix, fun thing. You are used to chromatic orb. This looks up stronger than what you can do right now. How many extra D8 is it for chromatic orb? For a higher level?
1d8 for each slot above first.
So how many D8s is this for 5th level?
So 3d8 is first, 4d8 is second, 5d8 is third. You said 5th?
5th.
So 7d8.
7d8. Oh my god.
Now the
I'm
thing
gonna
is,
get obliterated.
this has to hit. This has to hit. However, this is like using its best spellcasting stat.
To kill me? I have 4 HP. I can't do anything.
Speaking of low numbers, what's your AC?
14.
So you watch as it tries to aim, but before it can shoot, Simba just pulls it away. And
That's
it
Mufasa.
moves faster, and it barely scrapes by your ear.
You lucky bastard.
You are
I
so
love you,
fucking lucky.
Mufasa.
It rolled a 13 to hit.
You
Oh my
lucky
God.
bastard.
Oh, I'm so happy to be alive right now.
Daron.
Using bonus action dash. I'm
Okay.
striking with isolation.
Do it. That hits.
Jesus
Nice.
Christ, that's sneak
24.
damage.
Eh.
So you take the weapon, and you find your weapon just immediately gravitates to the brain. And you pull it in and yank it out, and it just screams this awful fucking noise. And the weapon just glides out of its brain quite smoothly, a little too smoothly.
Like a hot knife through.
But now it's the Illifarid's turn.
Thankfully, it's surrounded by people who've pissed it off, so I shouldn't be the target.
He's gonna target you now, you know.
That would be metagaming on Kado's part.
So, this gets to do a thing. As I've just rolled to see if it's recharged its Mind Blast. You know the cone over here in the top corner?
Yeah,
Oh
This-
God.
This cone?
yeah.
This cone right here? That's also going to
Yeah.
catch Aldane.
Fuck me.
This is why I stayed out of the 60 feet range.
I'm a melee fighter. I can't help it.
Who says it's 60 feet?
Counter spell.
Wait, Mill, who says it's 60 feet?
Is it 60
This is-
feet?
This is its second phase. No, I'm joking, it is 60 feet.
Thank you.
So int saves.
Fuck. I'm not good with int.
Oh no!
Oh my
Oh
God.
no!
Oh my god.
I'm not good with int, says the guy who is the only one to succeed.
Those double nat ones from Gen!
Again, I am so sorry.
If I was a GM where like nat ones actually have problems, then it'd be double damage. But I'm not that kind of GM, so I won't.
Thank you.
So
Those GMs are
Daron,
sadists.
Daron only takes the normal 4d12 plus 5.
Ow.
So both Daron and the lion take 19 psychic damage.
Those two ones. Those two
Oh, hey.
ones, though.
He's still alive. Mufasa lives.
Yeah, like, didn't he get magic pixeled?
Not quite. But I'm sure the next hit that he takes is going to be the one that kills him.
Well, fun fact, because this is the second phase. Let's move this over to there. It is going to do a tentacle attack on Daron.
And I'm stunned, right?
Yeah. So this has advantage. It's plus 9 to hit. 17. Actually rolled garbage.
That's my.
Right then, this is how much damage you take. This is going to be a public roll, just so you know how horrifying Golafarids are. So you know it's 4d12 plus 5 for the Mind Blast?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You're
Well, I'm
also,
down.
you're also stunned, so you can't react to this.
Yeah, I'm down anyway.
And you grappled.
Well, I'm down.
Yeah, and you grappled, which means he could extract Daron's brain next turn and kill Daron.
It's
Aldane, it's your turn.
fortunately I'm within 30 feet, so
Oh, you're
that'd
inside
be
it.
satisfying.
You're a bit too
Yes.
close there, mate.
Oh, really? I didn't. Oh, it expanded.
You're on it. It didn't. It's in the same spot. It's not moved.
So this is inside it then?
Yeah, because you're occupying the same space it's taking up.
No, I'm not. It's these 4 squares, isn't it?
Where?
Jack, you're right on top of it.
Yeah.
It's occupying this space. You might need
Just
to
back
refresh.
up 1 square.
You might need to refresh your 20.
There,
Jack.
you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, after you
I
turn.
was not. I was seeing it elsewhere.
Just
I was seeing
refresh
it
after.
like
You,
a space bar. Yeah.
just refresh
I'm
after
doing
your
it right
turn. Yeah. So what you doing? Are you attacking?
Yeah, I'm attacking.
Well, all right then.
I know, super unpredictable, right?
I'm joking. Don't forget, this is considered undead.
Oh, I know. It's considered undead.
Roll
So
it.
what I'm gonna do is bonus action. Oops.
I mean, that doesn't help with
No, it
being
doesn't.
undead, but that is still extra damage.
No, I was actually not going to be doing that.
Oh,
What I was going to be doing was I was going to use. So if I cast Aid, no, that
as
won't
an
work.
action.
Yeah,
I mean, it would bring Daron back up
it would bring Daron back up, but
because they're
that'd
getting
be
5 HP.
yeah. Hmm. No, I'll leave it up to Seamus to cast the healing. I'm in range.
I can only do so much, man.
If you can revive again with even 1 HP, that's
Well,
enough.
what's your turn then?
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Divine Favor on my weapon,
Okay,
and I'm going to use Outrage.
do it.
Flanking?
Oh, I don't think I have flanking.
You don't.
Darn.
It's
Sure.
9 plus 2.
Is it not overwhelmed with 3 of them there? Technically
Yeah.
4 with Gen.
Not Gen's unconscious.
I know.
If Gen was
If
if Gen was
conscious-
awake, it would be.
Damn.
If Daron was awake even, but yeah.
But I'm also going to use Divine Smite.
Yep. What level?
Let's go with level 2.
So that's 48 in total.
Yep. 4d8. 21. So, 32 damage.
So you basically just smash your sword right into its brain, and you see a big chunk of it blast off. And it's wobbling. And you see pieces of the brain already beginning to form. It looks like one more hit will do the job.
Alright, I swing again.
Hits. How do you want to kill it?
I draw back Outrage, lift it up, and scream, "Die already, you bastard!" And I plunge the blade deep into the brain before yanking it out and splattering it all over the ground.
You do that. You slice it apart. You destroy it effectively. And it just crumples to ash.
Yay! We killed Mind Flare, and only one of us got down. I'm gonna use
Speaking of
Healing
which,
Word
I
to bring
lay on-
Byron back. Or, okay,
I
yeah,
was
that
gonna
works
say,
too. You
Just
can
lay
do
on
that.
hands. I'll give Dairon 10 HP.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want now because this is out of combat.
Dairon, you have 10 HP now.
Oh
You
god,
are
what
awakened,
happened?
Daron.
What
You
happened?
got down, but I managed to kill a thing right afterwards.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, you were about to get your brain sucked out.
Yeah, not fun. Not excited about that.
Yeah, no, fun. Glad you're okay.
You too.
Let's not
Who
waste
has
any
the weapon
time.
now?
You both look
Uh-uh.
around. Neither of you see anything. Nothing sticks out to either of you two.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to use Healing Word on myself.
Okay, roll it.
Put it at 2nd level. 10 HP. There we go. I'll take that.
Brewer's also
Can I use my
gonna take.
Can I use
Oh,
my divine sense?
yeah, you can.
All right, divine
You
sense.
you immediately have to shut your eyes because this is just covered in nothing but undead magic. Like
Oh, oh, ow.
it's like
Brain hurts.
staring at a fucking spotlight point blank. It's just overwhelming.
It's like shining a black light on a porn set.
It makes you kind of just want to vomit.
Hmm.
As far as you can tell, just by sensing it, you don't sense anything different. Like, a different level of energy, if you get what I mean. Like, you can sense your weapons, yours and Daron's, are separate, but you don't sense anything akin to it. Now what?
Is there a door anywhere?
No? What's the hold up? Bro just says he's like looking round. Not even looking round, but he's just sort of leaning against the stove. I nearly said the stove. The throne.
Not entirely sure. Usually something pops out.
Maybe one of you guys should have a look as well. I'll help, I guess. If everyone wants to roll a perception check, they can.
That's probably a good
Can we
idea.
also roll an investigation as well? I think that'd probably be a good idea.
This is more just a general sweep because you'd notice it. Because both of you
Okay.
notice the weapons.
Now 20.
So, Felix, you don't see shit. You don't see anything in particular that is of any import. Aldane, you don't sense anything of interest. Daron, you don't sense anything of interest.
Great.
Jameis, you hear the sound of rolling metal as something purple glints towards the middle here.
Where is it?
In the middle of the room here.
Okay. Seamus kind of slowly approaches. Can I do an investigation check on it?
Yeah. As you do, you hear the sounds of whispers inside your head. But it's hard to make out what they are.
Yeah, not good enough.
Yeah, as you get closer, it just looks like something purple. The rest of you notice that Seamus is walking towards the centre.
Oh, it
looking
is
towards the
Seamus's
middle.
turn then.
The thing is, as you're looking at Seamus, his hair looks like it's glowing. And it
Oh,
glows
he's
even
going
more.
to stand.
Gonna
It
take
glows
a few
even more
steps back.
purple as he gets closer. From what you can tell, Daron, this is extremely similar to what you saw happen with Aldane.
What's happening to him?
Do you pick it up, Seamus?
I guess I got no choice, so yeah.
As you grab it, your brain just immediately it's the same feeling you had when you got mind blasted.
Oh, great.
Only
I
thi-
love
only
that
this-
feeling.
Only this time there's no pain attached. Which arguably might be worse. and you pick it up, and you just collapse as this opens up in the floor. Wrong layer. There we go. As Seamus falls through the hole,
Oh, great.
and this is going to be the new music. What happens with the rest of you guys as you see Seamus fall down?
We go after him, I assume.
Aldane grab the lion and we'll jump in the hole.
Brew
Come here, lion.
immediately. Brew jumps in. The lion just starts running, I assume, to follow its master, because, yeah.
Tyron sighs and jumps in too.
Down the hatch.
We've been through this enough to know what's happening.
Geronimo!
As you fall down, you all feel yourself surrounded by the murky black depth, as you just feel rushing memories. Unlike before, where you sort of had time to pace through the memories, these are just rushing in, to the point where they're actually feeling like you're in pain. And as you fall through, you just hear loads of whisperings coming from the Ulifarid, just lamenting how all of his friends have just either left him, turned on him, or just died. And then you see 6 people. One is a tiefling. One is a Kurotoa. One looks like a regular person, like a human. It's hard to tell with the hair, so you can't see the ears. One looks like a Triton, very similar to someone you know. And the other one looks like also like sort of a regularish person. It's hard to really tell with them as well.
Do I recognize one of them?
You know exactly who one of them is. They're the one who helped you get to Cordis after all.
Oh, so Jubilee's doing good still.
And you watch as the Ulifarid in the distance is reaching out to them. If you want, you can insight as to why it's reaching out.
Sure, that's insight.
Jesus Christ! Felix is on
Duality.
fucking point today.
Duality of man. Holy shit.
Daron, from what you can tell, perhaps this is the group that defeated it, and maybe it wants revenge. That's why it brought up another group. Aldane, this monster wants to try and kill these people. Maybe it knows them somehow. Felix, it almost looks like it wants to join him. And then the Ulifarid just gets snatched away as you see a hand that looks very dark in scales. Then you see a pair of eyes in the distance. Darren and Aldane, it feels like you're looking straight at your weapons right now. And then the vision goes dark again. And then, Seamus, you wake up and find yourself surrounded by many of the different things that you can use in terms of like items and stuff. And you also see a white featureless being just stand there.
Hi.
Choose which you wish to wield. It will take the form of that.
So,
Wield
I
the
get to pretty
betrayal
much
that you
choose
have
anything?
felt. Yes. Wield the betrayal you have felt. Since even as a child, if I'm correct, you've been betrayed by people you're supposed to look up to?
Yep.
Wield that betrayal. Use it as your source of power. So yeah, you can use any weapon on here.
So long as
On
it's
here,
melee, or
as long as it is something that you can wield with proficiency,
So what you're
which is a
saying
much shorter
is,
selection compared to Maldane, for example.
it could be an instrument.
Interestingly enough, you notice one of them actually looks like a musical note.
I don't know if that would be really good as a weapon if it's just shaped like a music note. That's kind of a weird shape for a weapon to be in.
The feature does gesture to it and says it will turn into whatever instrument you choose it to be.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
But it does have to be an instrument that you can currently use.
Out of character, Kaida, would it overcomplicate things to have one of the pieces be an instrument?
I don't really give a fuck. It's just a
Well,
matter
because
of
I'm
the
just
fact that
trying to
you
think of like how
can't
you
use.
would
The
make
other
sure
thing is
that
you
that's
can't.
the one you're using weapon-wise.
This is up to you. It's just you either using the lyre, or you're using indignation, or you're using another instrument. It's up to you. I'm not the person who's picking. You don't
Hmm.
even. You can make it a weapon, so you're not like, you don't have two instruments that you're deciding which you want to use.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, in that case, I'll do some kind of sword probably.
So if you want a sword, you can have your short sword, a long sword, a rapier. I'm just trying to look up simple weapons because bards can also look up simple weapons.
Yeah, like what about an axe?
I
axe
don't
is a
think
heavy.
it's a martial weapon. I believe. I'm just
Which
trying
I
to
wouldn't be able to
use.
use.
I'm just trying to use our totally legit and official source. We are currently not at liberty to say what it is to search it, and it's just not coming up with the deets that I want. I believe the only other simple weapons are like daggers, like that are bladed anyway.
Okay, out of the swords, which
Sickle.
one
There's
does the
the
most
sickle is a
damage? Which one tends to do the most
Longsword,
damage with the roll?
longsword or rapier.
Hmm. What are the rolls for those? Are they the same?
Exactly the same.
Hmm. Well, since Seamus is small squishy boy, I think I should go with the rapier. That would fit him a little better.
I mean, a longsword would work the exact same way.
All right, let's do longsword then.
So,
Is he
the moment you
proficient
say,
with longsword?
yes, bards are, just like our rogues are. So, the moment you take the weapon in hand, it immediately forms into a very familiar shape, one from your homeland, of a katana.
Nice. Okay, I'm with it. I'm with it. Katana works.
As it, so like the hand guard, the guard that would be on a katana is the blade that's colored purple. As then the blade immediately sinks back into the handle of the weapon.
Huh. It's collapsible?
It is the same as the other two's weapons, if you've been paying attention.
Well, yeah, it's pretty cool. So Seamus fastens it to his belt in a way that's easily accessible.
And you all wake up in the middle of Oryx's office.
Today has been the longest day of our life.
I want to rest now.
I concur.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Seamus doesn't even say a word. He just like face plants and passes out.
Before you do so, all of you can suddenly hear each other's voices in your head.
At least I'm safe inside my mind.
No, you're not.
At least he's safe inside his mind.
Ah!
And Rose just says, "Why can I hear people without speaking?"
This must be the power of indignation.
Ugh. I hate these fucking things.
They're the worst.
I
Yeah.
hope I never
They are
get
awful.
picked for one.
Seamus is too busy passing out.
And with that, that is the session.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Do we actually get to rest and are we actually level 7 now?
You are now officially level 7.
Right.
And long rest or not?
I assume so.
Yes.
Long rest.
I need my health back.
I think everyone does. So out of character, you actually would have gotten your level up abilities if you'd have taken a short rest.
Well,
Just none of you
Why
decide-
listen to the intelligent character? There's no reason to, right?
None of you deserved any rights to win that fight.
Hey,
And
I
so-
they got
did.
lucky.
And so I'm
I
giving
did.
you all
I pulled my fucking weight.
I'm giving you all inspiration because you went above and beyond in that fight.
I already
yay.
have it.
If you did, yeah. Because yeah, you basically went into the fight with less people than the Slayers take. You came out better than the Slayers take, and you also you went above and beyond.
I mean, let me.
Shame Felix didn't get feeble-minded.
That was so good. Oh my god, I was so happy.
That was so
that
clutch. That was so
I was
That was
so
so
happy I
great.
avoided that. Oh my god, I was so scared.
There's
That was
actually been a
so
lot of
lucky.
nat 20s today.
Yeah.
You guys have been extremely lucky this session. This is the third. The insight, perception, and. Yeah, Felix has done 3 nat 20s this session.
Jesus Christ.
Twice within the same. Twice in succession with the perception insight. Granted, the perception was a bit of a waste, but like
Whatever.
that's not your fault as a player.
Yeah, and my average damage per attack was 20. I attacked 3 times.
Felix fucking popped off this fight.
He got a 21 on his intelligence save. That alone says a lot.
And that was only a 14 on the dice.
Yeah. Pretty
It
wild,
was
right?
so nearly a 20. It so nearly rolled. It so nearly landed on the 20 and then just rolled a little bit too far. Oh, God. Oh, I'm so glad that Felix didn't get feeble-minded. That would have been
would've
so
been-
bad.
So bad.
It's fine.
I'd like to think that Oryx would be able to heal it, but...
Well, since you've beat the fight, Feeble Mind can only be dealt with Wish, which Oryx is incapable of casting. Heal, which Oryx is incapable of casting. And Greater Restoration, which, well, you get the idea.
So he wouldn't have actually been able to heal me. I would have had to wait 30 days.
Or for someone else to cast Greater Restoration, Heal, or Wish. You know, because of all them people you know, you can cast Wish casually.
Yeah. Can Akira cast Wish casually?
No?
Well, just be glad that it didn't happen.
Yep.
He can, however, cast Greater Restoration.
See, it would have been fine. And with that, that is the end of the stream as well. As always, thank you for watching. In terms of future stuff that we've got coming, Tuesday, Fuzzy and I will be doing something or other. You're a child.
Yes.
As am I, because for my course, I was asked to look at a section from Terry Pratchett and identify which word was funniest, which of course was cock. And the reason I gave was I'm a child. So Tuesday, Fuzzy and I will be doing something or other, Disco Elysium Control, maybe Mass Effect 2 if we can really be bothered. Thursday will be more Ace Attorney. Maybe we'll finish the case, but it seems unlikely given how long this fucking case is. Saturday is the Winter 3+ episode check-in. Should be interesting. Should be shorter than most because, dear God, this season is dry as fuck.
Oh god, it is so fucking dry.
And then next Sunday is the return of these dumbasses. Of these weirdly skilled dumbasses.
Yep.
Frankly, unfairly so.
We are way farther along than we by all rights should be.
The fact that we're all still alive is quite genuinely a miracle.
Yep.
One of us should have died at this point,
Oh, absolutely.
given some of the dumb shit we do.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that's the schedule for the rest of the week. Again, thank you for watching, and we will, of course, see you next time. Good night.
Later.
I